Just very good, though.
Yeah.
Good movie. I also watched that goddamn fucking Jesus Camp. I watched one of those religious evangelist shows on HBO on demand. It was a real short one. And then there's another one called Jesus Camp. It's been out for a while. I think 2008, 2007, something like that. And wow. It is complete child abuse. It is nothing but hysterically crying children based on their parents throwing guilt at them, filling them with misinformation or their own beliefs. And people will say, you know, hey, if you got a kid and you want them to believe what you believe in, then that's all they're doing. But this goes further. This, I almost felt like it was the same analogy as if, well, the parents drink, so give the kid booze.
Right.
You know, or the parents are doing heroin, so give the kid heroin. It's so detrimental to these kids emotionally, what they're doing. It is complete and total cultish brainwashing. I don't even care what the background is. Don't call and say it's Christianity and it's based on this. I'm not going to argue Christianity with anybody today. Whatever it is, whatever belief it is, if someone like this fat cunt that is running this kids camp for Jesus was whatever religion it was, or whatever she's trying to sell, if she's trying to fucking sell her own fucking brand of religion, it's a cult.
I'll do what you want me to do. I'll say what you want me to say.
These are little kids just being brainwashed.
In Jesus' name.
Jesus.
Amen.
And the kids just start crying because they
If you don't open your mouth, the Holy Spirit can't talk. All right, now
it's
I
all
want everyone
guilt.
to raise your hands, and we're going to pray in tongues.
Make a like a high, make a hanny ho. Make a like a high, make a channy ho.
Let's talk in tongues.
Heal, 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 heal.
De Niro.
All right.
This is creepy.
Yeah.
I feel like this at regular church, though. There's a
There's
cult feel to just going to church in general.
Any religion will give you that cult feeling.
Oh, yeah, man.
But this is complete and total, like, fucking Waco shit brainwashing.
Just completely over the top.
Over the top, crazy shit.
I wish we had clips of this.
Warlocks are enemies of God.
See, that's why you should watch Harry Potter.
And I don't care what kind of hero they are. They're an enemy of God. And had it been in the Old Testament, Harry Potter would have been put to death.
So would you fat slob.
No, what a fat stick in the mud in an airplane hangar.
Yeah.
Why are you ruining Harry Potter for the kids?
She's fat.
That's all they got.
Yeah, they're
Don't
wizards.
make heroes out of warlocks.
Wizardry. This fat lady hates me.
This is a generation that's going to stand for purity
She has banished
and
me.
righteousness and holiness, and you're going to serve the Lord all the days of your life.
Oh, God.
Dude, this camp, she
And
just
we
yells
declare
at these
all
kids.
those things over you. I believe this so much that I have given my whole life to see to it that you get there.
Yeah, she's given her whole life because she's nothing.
Yeah.
She is a nothing piece of shit.
She is.
If she was getting a
sense in my
deep
heart
dick
tonight
in,
what I heard the Lord
she
say
wouldn't give a shit about
is that
this.
there's some kids here.
You know how bad her leg
say
must
they're
smell?
Christians.
Look at
They
what
go
she
to
says.
church all the time.
They go to church.
But you're one thing when you're at church, and you're another thing when you're at school with your friends. You're a phony and a hypocrite.
She's guilting these
You
kids.
do
They start
things you
crying.
shouldn't do. You talk dirty just like all the other kids talk dirty. And it's time to clean up your act. Come up here and get washed.
What?
With a bottle of water.
With a lame bottle of
Because we
water?
can't have
With the
phonies
kids
in army of
crying?
God.
Yeah, the kids are all crying
If
now.
that's you, put your hands up here.
This is
Whoa,
cult shit.
baby.
And she just dumps water over their
Father,
hands.
we
And
just
a
wash
dumb-
you
Nessa
with
water.
your
Yeah.
word.
Or
We say,
Nestle.
no more, devil. No more. Say it, boys and girls, in the name of Jesus. You know
It's
exactly what you're
insanity.
supposed to. Name it. Name it out loud. Name it. What do you need?
Someone's
to be
writing she
forgiven
uses
of?
donuts for communion, obviously.
Yeah.
Big fat broad.
at the beginning,
Thank you, Spectro.
During one of her bullshit sessions, she's saying, like, people are fat and lazy, and they won't even give up a meal to fast. She's a fat fucking slob. She never passed up a meal.
No.
that disgusting mess. And just to see these kids, like, they upset the children. And they start talking about abortion with them. And, like, you know, let the kid be a fucking kid, for fuck's sake.
What the fuck, man?
Jesus would have hated this.
Oh, I know.
He would have fucking hated this lady.
He'd have smited the parents.
These kids,
smited
he was
them.
a fucking maverick.
These kids are like 10, 11 years old, man.
Yeah, some of them younger, like
probably even younger.
7.
Christ was a hippie.
This fruit gets up and
He was a
says
fucking
shit,
hippie.
He was a liberal
But he was.
Man.
He had
He was
long,
a hipster.
long fucking hair.
Yeah.
Gave shit to other people. He washed a leper's feet.
I think everyone had long hair, though.
Yeah,
The Romans
really
didn't.
have super cuts.
Yeah, they didn't really have
Oh, the
people
Romans
cutting hair
didn't. They had a
much.
Caesar hairdo.
Yeah,
No,
that's
he was,
true.
I think, rebellious against that part of the society.
Okay,
yeah.
I apologize. I don't
But
know.
I mean, his disciples, I guess, all that. I don't know.
I went.
But he was a hippie.
I was heading in this direction with fucking religion.
That's crazy.
I went
Wow.
to like religious retreats and.
Oh, did you?
I had religious fucking class every Tuesday night at some miserable house.
Really?
Where
At
you
a
could-
house?
Yeah, where you
Whoa.
could tell like the couple, they were just miserable. Like they don't look like they have a happy marriage, and they're going to teach us about the Lord.
They were teaching about
And then,
evolution.
and I went to religious
creationism.
camp too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was that like that?
No,
put
no,
your hands up and
no,
cry?
never that bad. But
Yeah.
I was done. I was so done when it was time to make my own decision. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's
And my
what I
parents
see.
weren't really religious either. I mean, they were when they were growing up, but they kind of turned their backs too.
You know, it's horrible, but I love when these kids grow up and get into their teen years and just fucking rebel.
Yeah, of course they do.
They turn to drugs and fucking and just tell their parents to shove it up their ass. I knew a family that was hardcore religious. I mean, the parents were crazy about church and everything, and all the daughters turned out
Yep.
whores. They loved doing drugs and fucking. And the mother and father just oblivious to it.
Of course they are.
Wouldn't even accept it. Thought everything was hunky-dory. But watching that was just brutal. It was like, what are they doing to these kids? And then they'd show them at home because they're all, like 75% of homeschooled children are these evangelicals. And because they don't want to send them to school to learn about this phoniness that is, you know, science and math and things like that. It's all about God, and they're teaching creationism instead of evolution, and they just blatantly lie to the kids. They lie to them. They make them fools.
I watched something. I got home yesterday. Part 1 of 7 was a debate between. Dan, you might be able to get the names. This guy Dawkins versus this woman Wendy something. I cannot remember her name. She's a creationist.
Wendy?
And she's not a dumb woman. She's not a scientist. She's obviously, but to watch the debate was annoying because some things she was saying, like she said something about why do people attack, like she was talking about how a lot of people attack the creationists. And she's right. Like a lot of people do attack them for their beliefs instead of addressing any evidence that they don't have. They attack the creationists. And she made a good point there. But every point this guy had to her scientifically, she was just ignoring. It was really weird to watch.
It is, and they do ignore, and we saw yesterday when we dealt with that guy on the phone, they will ignore your facts.
She was saying, like, what about the link between this and that? And he said, well, and he gave a bunch of, he's British, he was like, you know, Homo sapiens, Homo erectus. He gave a bunch of
Sapiens.
examples
What subby?
of people he thought were like, of links in the DNA and evolution. And she's like, well, where's the evidence? He's like, well, these bones are in the museum. And she's like, no, they're not. And he's like, yes, they are.
That's exactly what they say.
They
No.
are in the museum.
Well, it's
I've
like-
seen, of course they're there.
That's like arguing with truthers. Same shit.
But it was really weird. Yeah, Richard Dawkins, his name is, and her name is Wendy Wright. Thanks, Danny. She has like the wide-eyed look, and again, not a dumb woman. But she kept going back to all theories that are not creation, that are based in science, treat their individuals horribly. She's like, we believe human beings should be treated with respect, whether they
Yeah.
have value to society. And all right, that's her belief. But it's like her belief is so invested in how human beings should be treated. She was allowing that to skewer her view of the facts. Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because she kept going back to that about societies that were not based in creationism were brutal to their people, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's true, who cares? That doesn't change the facts.
You're not setting your child up to. Although they look at this world and just look at it like it's a temporary little layover for you to worship from the moment you're born or born again to the moment you drop dead. Your whole job on this planet is just to worship for the chance of getting, eternal life in paradise. So they just look at us being here on Earth as nothingness. Like, this is bullshit. And meanwhile, I see it as go for the gusto because, once you shut your fucking eyes for the dirt nap, you're done.
Well, the fact that I just hate the way they pervert. I'd be happy if I had to talk to God right now. I could live with my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could. It's like you
You
made
could
me.
plead your case.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I think we could all plead our
What,
case.
he cares about my dirty language? There's wormholes in space. He cares that I said cunt? Come on, stop it, you fucking
The
assholes.
interpretation is all wrong.
Oh, they're so
crazy.
Why are we
irritating.
doing religious shit all of a sudden? You watching all this religious stuff
It
every
was
night?
just- it
You're
was-
creeping me out. What are you going to be a born again or something?
Yeah, I'm really thinking.
Are you doing
of
some
being
research?
Born again Satanist. No,
two
it's
days
just-
in a row with this religious stuff.
It was one show that I watched on HBO, and then some people tweeted and said that I should check out this other one,
Jesus Camp.
Yeah, Jesus Camp, and it was just it was more brutal than the first one. They really got a little more in depth into this fucking slob.
Well, thank God there's only a small percentage of America that is doing this.
The Midwest is wrought with this shit.
Yeah.
It really is amazing.
I know it is.
The radio stations out there, the giant crosses that are all over the Midwest, these churches that are 35,000 seat arenas.
You ever see Religulous?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, you should watch that.
Yeah.
Bill Maher. He mocks it pretty good, and he shows all those big fucking crosses and stuff.
I still have a hard time watching Bill Maher. I
Yeah, I
can't.
understand.
I have such a grudge against that fuck.
I understand, but he does a very good job with that movie. He really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth checking out if you're on this religious kick of yours.
I'm just watching a few
Yeah, 'cause
documentaries.
I understand. Politically, you might not like him, but I think you would like this movie.
Tommy in the Windy City. Tommy?
What's going on, guys? It's very windy.
It goes pretty windy. He's playing along. Right.
Yeah.
You just did a Pat from Menaki right there.
Pretty windy.
Couldn't be any windier.
Where's Pat?
So,
Come in and
turns
see
out
us,
that
Pat.
guy, it's not necessarily illegal to own a gun in the city anymore because that lawsuit got held up.
Yeah.
Because the city initially didn't allow anyone to own a handgun in the city of Chicago.
Yep.
But then they rendered that unconstitutional. The problem with this guy, not that I agree with it, is that he was a convicted felon from like 20 years ago or 15 years ago.
Oh.
Which renders him unable to own a gun.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's the argument for the police, is that he's not supposed to have a gun.
Whoops.
I guess they have to arrest him under those circumstances.
Yeah, unfortunately they have to, but God, it sucks to be that guy. He's just minding his own business, and all of a sudden his wife is being woken up by a 19-year-old burglar that went through some
Illinois-
plywood, right?
Illinois is the only state that doesn't allow any sort of concealed carry law.
Crazy.
In the whole United States, and it actually got passed last year by 60 to 40 for votes, but it has to get passed by 71% because the stupid idiots downstate want it to get passed.
Oh, bullshit.
Because it violates home rule.
No, it doesn't. It's not true.
All right.
What the fuck, dude?
All right. Punch out. See ya.
Yeah, thanks for nothing, asshole. I'm just kidding. He's probably 100% right.
Oh, God. Oh, Jimmy's so mean.
For no reason.
None.
It was a great call. He made some good points.
I was quiet for a while. He's like, what is Jimmy being?
Okay.
What I do?
That's right. Okay.
What I do?
Yay. I'm so happy that worked out.
Okay, listen.
Yeah, those are tough ones to get to work.
Listen, yesterday there was a story. Unfortunately, I don't have it in front of me because I want to know more about this. New York City bans dinosaurs, Halloween, birthdays, and other things
Yeah, in their SAT questions, right?
from school tests.
Now,
What's the
what's
story?
the reason for this?
What's the problem with dinosaurs?
They offend certain religious people.
Because too many people believe Jesus rode a dinosaur?
Or they believe that the earth is only 6,000 years old and it was never. Yeah, it's not
What was
offensive.
the Ricky Gervais thing yesterday? That made me howl about making fun of the people.
yeah,
like
creationists and
saying, the world's either 50...
5,000 years old.
or 4.5 billion.
Yeah.
And then he kind of like weighs it with his hands. And goes, meh,
Who knows?
Who knows? Goes, oh, that's right, the scientists.
Scientists do.
What a great lie.
He does get into some brawls on Twitter with the people about that. It's pretty
Santorum
funny.
believes in the dinosaur Jesus thing?
He must. right?
And he's that close to being president.
And so, but so does
He's
Ron
not going to
Paul.
be our president, thank God.
Ron
but he's
Paul
that
does,
close.
too.
Ron
Yeah.
Paul believes in that?
Yes, that's the weird thing.
Fuck, Ron!
But it doesn't matter. That's why I like him. I think that's an asshole view to have, but I like the fact that he's so liberal and so conservative. He's so all over the place.
But he's not trying to.
That makes him a complete person.
This Earth's been around for so fucking long, and I completely believe
5,000 years.
I believe a shitload of civilizations
That's
have
nice
come
language.
and gone.
Know who else believes that? Black Girl.
Oh, he does.
But the fact
Black
that,
Girl
yeah,
believes
Black Girl
5,000 years.
Yep.
That's stupid.
Believes
asshole.
that people, people were
taking-
playing fetch with the velociraptors.
Keep taking your dumb pictures in New York City and leave this shit to us.
You know what? I do have a certain belief in this too. But I do believe that cavemen rode on the backs of Brontosaurus and worked in the quarries with them. Mm-hmm. And when the whistle would blow to get off of work, they actually, and this is proven, science proved this, would slide down the tail, and you know how the end curls?
Yeah.
They would get air, like lift, and right into a car that they used their feet to propel, and then would drive home that way.
Wow. Yeah, but you're forgetting something.
Yes.
When they slid down in the back of the Brontosaurus because they were all wearing these like skirt dresses,
Right.
how come their little outfit didn't hike up and their balls and assholes scrape against the rough skin of the dinosaur?
That would hurt.
Yeah.
Dinosaur scales rubbing against your ball bag.
That's why when you see pictures of dinosaurs photos, they all have like a little bit of red and brown on the back of their tail. That wasn't put there by nature.
Oh, I thought it was the natural color.
No, that was people's colons and hemorrhoids being ripped apart by their rough, fucking long dinosaur tails. And they learned once, don't do that on a stegosaurus back.
All right.
You lose your
Wow,
balls.
yeah. Right at the end of that ride.
What's the school story there? Just SAT questions because it pisses off some religions?
Yeah. And also other stuff for people. PC
Where
rules.
is my kid going to go to school? Because I'm not going to allow him to learn this
Send them private.
bullshit.
Send them private.
Not going to
Public school
allow. I'm not going to allow this bullshit. So where do parents like me take their kid? Is there a place?
Homeschooling.
Yes.
I'm serious. Is there a place?
Private school.
I want my kid to be able to celebrate Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, Halloween, all that shit.
Hogwarts. Send them to Hogwarts.
Christmas shit, not fucking winter festivals.
Valentine's Day, yeah, you're
All
right.
that.
all that good shit. All those good white people holidays.
God, man,
Right?
Being a parent has
With me?
opened up my eyes. I can't imagine, the parents out there having to deal with this crap when their
Yeah.
kids come home with this nonsense.
Yeah.
What's the story, Sam?
I haven't read all of it.
Oh boy.
How about you, dude?
What are you
You got
fucking
it too.
I don't, because
What,
it's
you
from
challenged?
yesterday. That's why I'm stuck here.
fucking reading challenge or something?
Do you want me to? I read it.
Why don't
too.
you go to Sylvan?
No,
you
just the
fucking
base-
retard.
Look.
In an effort to eliminate potential, quote, unpleasant emotions among students, the New York Department of Education has placed a ban on mentions of birthdays, dinosaurs, Halloween, and dancing in city-issued tests.
Because it will offend religious people.
Why birthdays?
Because the Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate them.
Oh boy.
That's how crazy this is getting?
It's
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, my
sickening.
Well, because you can't say, all right, we won't mention dinosaurs, because then the Jehovah's Witnesses will say, well, if you make an exception for that, you have to make
Right.
so now you have to ban everything.
How
But
about
that's
no?
again sanitized.
How
shit.
about those people, if they don't like it, they go find another
Lump
school
it.
for their kids instead of I have to now find a school for my kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Because
actually plays
the
along.
majority of the parents and the majority of the students don't give a fuck.
No.
So why are we always catering to the minority?
To
Why?
one or two people. I'm very upset my daughter has to be in this school with a birthday party going on. Shut up.
It's gotten that crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Deal with it.
The majority doesn't give a fuck. What happened to the majority rules?
Yeah.
It's
What
fucking
happened to that in this country?
Because they don't fight back. People just, again, it's the small groups that have the groupings and the emails. So they write, and there's not 5 million other people writing back going, if you do this, we'll spit on you. So all they're hearing is that fucking, that offended voice.
Yeah.
And we all remember that one kid that couldn't do the Pledge of Allegiance and had to leave, and he looked all awkward and stupid. But
Fuck him. He should just
that
hate
was
his
one
parents.
person. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, and it is going off the parents. They're the ones that fucking do that shit. Oh my god. The kid, you'd think the kid doesn't want to be in there during a party. I remember parties in the classroom. They don't have those anymore.
Guess what? What
They're not
about the
allowed to do that?
What about, every other day was a party in grammar school, remember?
That was great.
And what about the kids that didn't get to celebrate their birthday during the school year? We didn't look at those kids differently.
No, that's true too. Yeah.
What about those poor saps that had their birthdays in the summer?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's probably why also. No birthdays because, some kids have it in the summer and they don't get to have a party in school. So what? Luck of the draw, fucker.
I know it comes down to, once again, lazy parenting.
Yep.
Lazy parenting.
Yeah.
A, you shouldn't allow it, and B, if unfortunately your kid falls into one of these categories, as a parent, you fucking talk it out with them.
Everyone's got their shit.
So they're saying dinosaurs could bring up evolution, Halloween could suggest paganism, and birthdays might create animosity for students who are Jehovah's Witnesses. The word poverty is also not allowed, as words that suggest wealth might cause some students to feel excluded.
Who the fuck is overthinking this shit?
Liberal fuck dicks.
Because when we were growing up, we didn't think twice about this shit. All I knew about Halloween was you put on
a costume, you get candy.
Put on a wacky costume, got candy. Thank you. Yes, that's all you thought. You didn't think of the deeper meaning.
Oh my God. Am I reading this properly?
The department is also banning mentions of divorce and disease in case students have loved ones who are separated or suffering from an illness.
Sure.
Slavery is also flagged, and terrorism is considered too scary. This can't be true.
Is this New York City?
Doomed.
Oh, yeah.
New York City schools.
Country of little twats.
Doomed.
It's from the Post. It's in the education section. Of
New
the
York City schools across the board?
City, yeah.
Doomed.
Yeah.
This is a joke.
No.
It's a fucking joke, isn't it?
Yep.
What was that other one? There was one in there. That was
Slavery,
Slavery.
terrorism, divorce, disease.
You can't mention divorce, what, while you're just teaching?
No, from city, I believe all this is from city-issued tests.
So you can't say, like Johnny's parents were divorced. But if his mom sucks 10 dicks a day.
But the next step is obviously banning teachers from saying this stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God. We're so doomed.
Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why?
We're dumb.
Why are we doing this?
They think they're making this better society, this perfect society.
I don't even know how I'm going to handle this when my kid goes to school. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm going to lose my mind. All this shit should be fair game, and then you fucking explain this stuff.
That's good. Yeah, evolution is science, and they don't want to mention dinosaurs.
So what are they going to teach in science class?
Well, they can't teach evolution, or can you?
I think what you can do is you can teach evolution, but you have to preface it with, this is a theory, as is creationism.
Theory?
And when I was in college, professors actually had to say, we do have to say that some people believe in evolution while others believe in creationism. We're going to be focusing on those that believe in evolution in this class. And then they continue.
And the college doesn't have to say that.
No, but they did in Syracuse. Obviously, that was Syracuse's policy.
Syracuse.
Oh my God.
Syracuse. Dinosaurs.
I'm
literally having an anxiety attack right now. This is like unbelievable. Yeah. I didn't care before I became a parent to this level.
Dude, don't be upset. I'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, you just got here.
I was only doing 7 to 9 today. I have to go tape Good Day New York with the Jay to the end, Nicolini.
Jill Nicolini?
No.
What time are you going to be on?
Nicolini?
I don't know.
Say hi to Jill.
Well, we're going to be simulcasting your appearance on that show, too.
And I'm promoting
radio for us.
Promoting Caroline's tomorrow,
through
Friday,
Sunday.
and Sunday.
Oh.
Saturday's sold out. So hopefully it will go well. And then I got the Huffington Post. Just a big day of press. You want to see what I'm going to do to get a big laugh? Watch this.
Nice.
Hey, where's everybody?
His sunglasses are on upside down.
Fucking place is going to go nuts.
Well, I want to wear my sunglasses upside down.
Bye, guys.
Well, I'll put my sunglasses on upside down so I'll know that it's the other Troy Kwan and not me. But what does the other Troy Kwan think? Because he's thinking the same thing. Because he's in love with me. Troy. I can't wait till he gets back here. I want to see his new schnozola.
He's not going to realize that we got this whole new bit for him.
Oh, yeah.
He will realize. Thanks to social media.
Yes,
And
I'm
I
sure
gotta
it was
ask you
tweeted.
I never knew that Jehovah's Witnesses, right?
Yeah.
Didn't celebrate birthdays. What's that about? I had no idea until today.
They don't celebrate shit.
I didn't know that until
No.
today.
No, it's
Why?
like,
What's the reasoning?
I don't know. They see all this celebration as something that just isn't necessary and doesn't. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out as I talk. Wait a minute, and then I realize I just don't fucking know.
I don't understand the people that just refuse to take advantage of everything that is offered to us on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And just go through their life as boring as possible.
It's like, what are you
Why
doing?
would you do that?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you do that?
There's some couple of fun things out there for the taking.
A lot of fun things.
Yeah, and then
it's
you
up
just
to
cut
you
it
how
out.
far you want to go with all the fun things, right? But
Yeah.
there are people walking around right now that won't do one fun thing.
I'm not allowed
anytime
to come
soon.
to the party. Hey, you want to come to my birthday party? I'm not allowed. Why? Well, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. What does that mean? Well, my parents say I can't come to the party.
And then they spend their time knocking on people's doors and trying to convince them not to celebrate their birthdays.
Right.
You know, are you having fun in there with that birthday party? Yeah. How about not? How would it feel to you?
We say you shouldn't.
Yeah. Wouldn't you like to not be having that fun?
You think it bothers them, though, as they're knocking on your door and you open it up and there's obviously a kid party going on
Parties going on.
in the back of the house and they could hear the fun going on?
Christmas. They don't celebrate Christmas.
Well, I could understand that one.
Why?
That just becomes a hassle after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've never thought of Christmas as a religious holiday, and most people haven't.
No, you just think
know
of it
it's-
as, you put a tree
You
in the
know
house,
it's attached to a
presents.
religious thing,
Yeah.
but
But-
we don't actually go there.
I don't think that's the brunt of everyone's energy on Christmas is to celebrate it as a religious holiday. You kind of just celebrate it as Christmas. It's a whole different thing.
You go to Christmas Mass, and that's an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
That's it. 1 hour, maybe, you think about it as a religious holiday. The
No, we
rest of
got-
the time you certainly don't.
We got Easter coming up. And
Never thought of it as a
you
religious
just
holiday.
think like,
ever.
Easter eggs, dinner at family's house and stuff, but it's not like this, unless you're really religious. And even in that case, you'll go to church, right?
Yeah.
You'll celebrate the resurrection, the one-way ticket to the resurrection. And then it's something that's just not about religion anymore. It's about hanging out with your family and eating some ham and some turkey. And some chocolate Easter eggs and Peeps.
Nice.
Fresh Peeps, by the way. I don't like when
Holy
they get
fuck.
stale.
Go get me
stale.
some Peeps.
Peeps.
Peeps are good. I had some.
They're
2 days
fucking
ago.
around with the
You
Peeps,
had
too,
some
man.
Peeps 2 days ago? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're so good.
You know, when we were growing up as children in the 80s there, Sam,
Yeah, I remember that.
we only had
Wow.
one Peep.
One Peep, it was yellow.
We only had the yellow Peeps.
Yellow
and,
Peeps.
And then, like, when we were starting to get out of the 80s, I believe they threw the pink in there, right?
Yeah.
But
Well,
now it's they're
yeah.
out of control. Go
Wait
to the
till-
Peeps website,
I got one of the
please.
Peep, one of the pink, and one of the stink. I stick one finger up the chocolate bunny's fucking the hole in the bottom.
Yeah.
So my finger comes out brown. So I got one of the pink and one of the stink.
I had blue Peeps the other day.
Blue.
Blue.
It needed the money. See, sticking with the theme of today.
Sure.
With your blue hat, it started.
Uh-huh.
Sam.
Oh, my God. Look at all these colors.
There's green Peeps, orange Peeps.
There's gold Peeps.
Gold Peeps. What?
That's right.
That's crazy.
There's gold Peeps.
Why would you? There it is. Hey, this is the Golden Ticket theme song.
It sure is, Ant.
If you don't get it, just listen to the replay. Beginning of the show. And shut up.
Let me go. Let's go yellow. Let's see the colors.
Yellow Peeps are the best.
What's that one?
Pink.
That's a pink Peep.
All right. I might be colorblind.
That's a purple
Some
Peep.
say. That's purple. Huh?
That's purple Peep.
I look great to me.
Purple Peep Eater is what I've become.
Yes.
What else?
There's a blue Peep. All right.
That's not blue. That's
That's a aqua. That is kind of a turquoise.
aqua.
Turquoise.
I was swimming in that color, Peeps,
Yeah.
over the vacation. What's the next one?
Where are my Peeps at?
Green, yo,
Green Peeps.
with emphasis.
They save whales. That was a bad one.
right after my bad one.
Oh, no. Believe it or not, mine could possibly be the worst joke ever said on this
Can you
radio
go backwards?
Show.
Talking about green Peeps.
Yeah.
I would go with the orange Peeps.
You would.
Do they taste orangey?
No.
Nah,
All these Peeps
fuck
taste
them.
exactly the same.
Yeah, they do.
However-
I like fresh Peeps, by the way, because they're very, they almost have that crunchy, sugary thing to them. There's so much fucking sugar in there that when you bite it, you just feel...
You just
chocolate Peeps.
You just squeeze your hand into the tightest fist ever after you eat Peeps.
Oh my God, it's crazy. You're just on a sugar rush. You don't feel right. Your head's spinning. You could hear your pancreas pumping.
Just squeezing. This is your pancreas. Trying to get that shit together. You know what I hated about Easter egg was the hollowed fucking Easter bunnies. Chocolate Easter bunnies used to drive me nuts.
Yeah.
Especially as a kid, you thought you had a fucking chocolate bar.
Oh, right, yeah.
And you break it open, it was paper thin.
Wafer thin. Yeah, I hear you.
Are we replaying that, or we don't have to? Eroc's too busy texting. Are you? Huh?
I didn't say anything.
Oh. Do you know what we're asking for?
No.
All right, forget it. They could just listen in the
You're safe,
replay.
man. You're safe.
Yeah,
you're safe.
Safe.
You're skating.
Safe.
A lot of people saying a lot of dumb shit. Maybe we're even saying some dumb shit today.
I don't believe that ever.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
I have done nothing but make salient points.
Maybe we are as well. I'll acknowledge that, maybe. But not as dumb as Mike Huckabee, which here's a guy that was pretty close to the presidency.
Huckabee.
We'll play his thing here, and then we'll certainly discuss.
Invariably, people ask after tragedies like this, how could God let this happen?
Well, it's an interesting thing. We ask why there's violence in our schools, but we've systematically removed God from our schools. Should we be so surprised that schools would become a place of carnage because we've made it a place where we don't want to?
Yeah, because those kids...
Holy shit.
I would strangle him if I saw him.
That is the dumbest
put me on record. I would strangle him if I saw him. You're trying to tell me what? There's those kids that they're showing the pictures every hour now were evil?
They were
possessed
evil,
by the devil?
right? Because God's out of the school.
Well, this kid didn't have God in his school, so this kid didn't. Because what happens when you have God in the schools is you don't go on shooting sprees. You instead advocate a culture of raping children and not telling anyone. So I guess that's the choice: have God in the schools and no shooting.
Right.
But a lot of ass fucking.
Right.
And then you bury the records.
Right. There you go. There's a lot of God in the churches, weren't there?
Yeah.
He meant
in
it.
the parishes.
He meant it
and in
literally,
the basements
though.
of the fucking churches, right?
Yeah.
He meant it literally, though. God was not in the school. He cut that day to hang out with his friends at the pizza place. See, because
God wouldn't have to cut. He's
no?
graduated already.
Oh, I thought he cut.
No.
Bringing religion into this. I mean,
it's and especially like not just this obscure faith kind of. We need to join together, and this is like some craziness. Because God's not in the schools, that's why this happened?
You got, this is where I show my soft side, but fuck it. You got it. You certainly got to teach love. But that's the, not the same thing as religion. To say religion certainly should be teaching some love out there.
He's absolutely talking about fucking sitting there and teaching about fucking God and,
right, of course.
and religion and Jesus and all that fucking happy horse shit.
I don't see a problem with teaching a little more love, but the religious thing is very fucking complicated.
It's out of the schools.
Very fucking complicated.
God's out of the schools.
And it's been my experience growing up that the uber God people were completely fucking weird. Mm-hmm. Bunch of weirdos.
Where we don't want to talk about eternity, life, what responsibility means.
What?
Responsibility, yeah, but not eternity in life.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What responsibility means. Accountability. That we're not just going to have to be accountable to the police if they catch us, but one day we stand before, a holy God in judgment. If we don't believe that, then we don't fear that. And so I sometimes when people say, why did God let it happen? God wasn't armed. He didn't go to the school. But God will be there in the form of a lot of people with hugs and with therapy and a whole lot of ways in which I think he will be involved in the aftermath. Maybe we ought to let him in on the front end and we wouldn't have to call him to show up when it's all said and done at the back end.
Yeah, how about God fucking shows up and acts like a shield for once?
Right. Couldn't God do that?
How about fucking God realizes there's a bunch of 6-year-olds who don't understand any of this dog shit? And how about God for once just stops his fucking nonsense
Yeah.
And stops fucking that fucking fruit in the Vatican with his pointy hat and his fucking red shoes. How about God just shows up and steps in front of a bullet once?
Right. You fucking Matrix that shit. Yeah, stops them bullets.
We're insane.
How about for once God is proactive and it's not everybody wasn't listening to God. How about God cuts the fucking shit and just stands up and the guy shoots and little dog duties fall out of his gun.
Right.
Or
and everyone
rabbit
goes,
shit.
And then everyone would go, holy shit, there is a God. Let's all fucking get down and pray to him.
Yeah, you want to get people back in the churches.
Right.
It would take one thing by God.
Yeah.
One. Yeah, if little duty fucking
Little rabbit pellets.
little rabbit pellets came out of that gun,
right?
Guess what? The churches would be packed on Sunday.
Wow, God did that.
This God needs a lot of attention.
Yes.
But he'll be there on the back end. Oh, that's terrific. Thank you, God.
He's too busy fucking silently communicating with a guy that wears a big pointy hat and Dorothy's shoes from The Wizard of Oz.
Right.
He's an absentee landlord.
Fucking enough with this God shit in these times.
Yeah, if ice came out of the gun.
That would help people
in that
believe.
school in Newtown. All of a sudden, guy comes in, he's ready to fucking kill everybody in sight, but man, he fires that gun, and all of a sudden, it's just ice coming out of it.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's silly string.
Something
comes out, and the kids all laugh because it's silly string. How about that, God?
If God is aware, he realizes that people are losing faith left and right. It would take one lousy little tiny thing, and wow, would people go back to church?
Yeah.
I absolutely would go back to church.
Of course.
In a second.
We're supposed to, like, fucking praise him and stuff, but he just shits on us all the time. This God just shits on his little creations. It's bullshit. Yeah. It's not. It's a stupid, made-up story.
Just
right?
utter dreck. Utter dreck. More God in our lives would have helped. Shut up. It would not have helped.
Really?
A lot of people ask me all weekend, do you believe in God? Oh, I said, my answer is simple. I don't believe in organized religion whatsoever. I don't believe in the story they taught me growing up. That's for sure. I can
You don't
tell you
believe
that
zombie
much.
Jesus?
I can tell you that much.
You don't believe in zombie Jesus?
And finally, where are you at with the Da Vinci Code?
Me?
Is it just a movie?
Yeah.
A lot of protesters. Like, E-Rock saw the movie, they were protesting like crazy.
Why are people protesting this?
Because they're douchebags.
It's fiction.
Well, yeah,
It's fiction.
They're just idiots.
It's a movie based on, there's a factual thing. Factual is a theoretical, theological thing that they took and made fiction out of it. And why can't you do that?
They had police barricades to keep the people back from harassing the people going into the movie theaters, but they're yelling and they're crying and they're handing out pamphlets and flyers and stuff saying...
They should give away abortions with the ticket to the movie, where the people are protesting and people are going in watching the movie while getting an abortion.
I have really had it with fucking religious people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm becoming more liberal in my old age. I was going way conservative, and I've had enough of fucking Catholicism and Judaism and fucking Islam and all of them. Enough with your
What about the
self-righteous.
Protestants?
They are fantastic.
Baptist?
Love them.
Episcopalians?
I wouldn't talk to one if he was here. What is an Episcopalian? Who knows?
But the word piss is right there in their name.
Yeah, and E. And Alien. How do you not love Alien?
I love those movies.
Alien. Yeah.
He was one of the disciples that wasn't as popular as the other ones, I think.
With a name like that?
Yes.
Of course not.
Judas. Episcopalia.
Episcopalia.
Whatever your name is.
So the debate, chill out, it's only a movie, it's only fiction.
Yeah.
Question mark, question mark. Oh, yeah, that's not what Dan Brown says, the author of the book.
Dan Brown, what does he say?
He thinks it's gospel truth. Indeed, his novel opens with the statement that his book is based on documents that are accurate, and other times he has said it is based on historical fact.
Just like Blair Witch.
As we read below, tragically, many people believe this fiction.
It's kind of funny that the people who love the Bible are questioning somebody else's fucking credibility when there's really not much in the Bible you can back up.
You
can't
can't really back it up. It's kind of faith-based, you know. You read it and you accept it because you just do through faith.
We found Noah's Ark, though.
Where?
It's up on that mountain.
Mount Ararat.
You know,
They found something. I saw the special. It turned out to be nothing.
We don't like the fact that they took the facts of this book. That's right, where the lady got taken out of the man's rib. That book of facts.
Let me tell you this, too. A lot of people have read in the Bible that Adam, God, whatever, took one of Adam's ribs and made a woman out of one of his ribs, and that is why men have one less rib than women do.
Yes.
And people fucking believe that. We have the same amount of ribs, assholes. Men and women, same amount of ribs. But do you know how many people actually believe women have more ribs than men? Because of the Bible and because religious teaching that a rib came and more people than not, I say, would believe that men have less ribs than women.
I was at the cellar last night talking to somebody. It was me and Russ Beneve and some other comedian, and the other comedian knows somebody that works with school books in that business. And he said that they will not even put a picture of a monkey, this is true, in a lot of school books, because these school boards are so afraid of being sued.
Okay, hold on.
Yep, for both of us. Thank you. They're so afraid of being sued for any type of an evolution implication because these religious fucking nuts will not acknowledge evolution. So here's what happened. The Big Bang happened X amount of billion years ago, and there's all this stuff going on, and yet they think it was 6,000 years.
Yeah.
And they also think that 7 days means literally 7 days. Like God, before human beings were around, had a fucking 24-hour schedule. You literal dumb motherfuckers. Like God was just sitting like, God, I could almost swallow the Bible if they understood symbolism. 7 days could be 8 billion years. Maybe.
Right.
God created man on the fourth day. All right, that's 5 billion years. All right, whatever. But no, it's literal. It's 24 hours.
Even on Star Trek, they acknowledge,
we will now give you 10 Earth minutes for you to make peace with your maker.
like they understand. It's Earth minutes. It's something like that. 7 days. If he's in charge of everything, what the hell is a day to him?
But yeah, he's on the same clock we are.
Right.
It's one sunrise, one sunset. What if God was from Jupiter and it's 10 hours? Thank God, he only got half the work done. Just worked out perfect, didn't it? You fucking idiots. Holy shit, does that irritate me. Yeah. I don't mind if that's your beliefs. Good for you. Pray, do whatever you want to do. But now that the rest of us have to fucking suffer and look at your dumb faces with your dumb signs, it bugs me.
Yeah.
24 hours. But on Sunday, he was tuckered out.
Even was the same days of the week and everything.
Of course he did. How coincidental. Because he rested, so should we. He took the day off. Fucking bugs me.
Why we hang out and watch football on Sundays.
Exactly.
Because it's his day of rest.
Because while the Lord rests, black men bump into each other with a ball. And I say black men because there's no exciting white players left. No one, after fucking Michael Vick, nobody wants to see a white quarterback running around like fucking Larry Flint.
Ah, shit.
Let's go home.
Okay.
The faith with anything else, so I can't buy it.
Hold on. Science is just as much of a religion.
Science is science. It's based in fact, not faith. Yeah, stop it.
It's a religion. You put your faith in it.
But no, you don't. You put your goddamn reason and logic into it. It has nothing to do with faith. What?
You believe in black holes?
No, that is a theory. It's also a it's not a proven. It is still theoretical.
They have photos of the energy around what is a black hole, so they know they exist. And if you can't see the difference between no, I'm not going to let you jump over that.
How about evolution?
If you can't finish if you don't know the difference between believing in a God that is possibly exists and a scientific thing like a black hole, you're just reaching for argument points.
Yeah.
Right, do you believe the Earth is billions of years old?
Yes.
Prove that.
Prove it.
Prove that. You put your faith in scientists. You're a religion.
I put my faith in scientists' facts and research that they have done and proof. There's no proof that shows your religion or anyone's religion is true. There's no proof whatsoever.
Okay, but if you believe in that and other people believe in this, you know, let's call it okay.
No, where's your facts? Show me one fact that Jesus was the Son of God
and rose after 3 days after his crucifixion. Show me one fact.
Okay, Our Lady of Fatima appeared in 1917 in Portugal. 70,000 people saw the sun moving around in the sky, and including skeptics. 70,000 people. Look it up. Our Lady of Fatima. 70,000 people, including skeptics.
The sun moved around in the sky?
The sun moved around the sky. Do you understand that it can't happen? The sun doesn't move around in the sky. It's set there in space, and we revolve around it once a year.
That's why it was a miracle. That's why it proved the Catholic faith.
You sound like a child.
No, you do. You're buying watch Lord of the Rings. Watch Lord of the Rings and take that as gospel.
Why don't you believe in Zeus? Why don't you believe in Zeus?
Nobody saw the creation of the earth billions of years ago, but you believe it.
They're taking photographs of it back in time. They're going back in time with the Hubble telescope, taking photographs.
What about?
And they're theorizing about it.
What about dinosaur bones, fossils?
Yeah, dragons. Every culture has talked about dragons.
Wait, dragons? No, they're talking about legitimate prehistoric animals that lived on this planet millions of years ago, my friend.
And millions of years ago, you put your faith in scientists to believe that.
Yes, they've tested it with carbon dating at first, and now they have more accurate ways of testing how old something is based on the molecular breakdown that they know how long it takes for things to break down on an atomic level, and they can get the date and tell the age.
They can get the date. They can know.
What are you talking about? You're talking about a book that's a second. That's written by people and then taken and retranslated 80 times, and you take that as
your faith in the holy scientists of your science.
Not the holy. Don't try to turn science into religion, you dummy.
It is a religion.
It is not, douche. You're trying to discount it by putting it into the same fantasy world as religion. That's what you're doing.
Absolutely is.
It is not, dummy. It is not. Science is based in fact. And proving theories through experiment and research and coming up with fact. And your religion is based on nothing but complete faith. Period.
It's fact. 70,000 people. I mean, that's
stop with fact. It isn't. Show me a picture. Show me anything that would prove that the sun could move around the sky. You do like a child. It's some fantasy from a goddamn science fiction movie.
Wait. You want fact? You can go look at the incorrupt bodies of saints that haven't corrupted.
Like King Tut? Because they mummified it? Who cares? Go look at the bodies yourself, you ghoul. Nobody wants to go. The saints, the miracles they performed? Stop it.
Oh, my God.
Stop it.
I want to believe in dragons.
Don't take the Lord's name in vain. You just said, oh, my God.
Yeah, the sun was bouncing around the sky.
And dragons.
Yeah. Was there a man with a sled and reindeer in front of it?
I want to believe in dragons and Harry Potter myself.
Dragons?
I like dragons.
Yeah, that's what dinosaurs were.
Dinosaurs were animals that lived on this planet before they were driven to extinction and replaced by other animals. That's how this planet is. That's how it works. That's how it's been inhabited for.
Priests have told you.
What?
Bottom line is this.
Don't try. Dude, I see what you're trying to do. It's not working. You're trying to take science and turn it into this fantasy world that religion is based on. If you want to have your faith, I have no problem with that. But don't try to turn science into this fantasy world that you believe in.
It's more of a fantasy world.
No, it isn't more. How is it more when there's not one thing? There's not one thing in religion that can be based in fact, and there is plenty of instances in science where research has led to fact-based conclusions.
Not by you, but by these science priests that you put your faith in.
Science priests. Shut up with the science priest. Don't try to put it in the same category.
It's not. This is how religious
You're an
people,
idiot.
This is how religious people, by the way, because you've gotten your ass kicked in every argument you've ever had because there's no proof. So what you try to do is you try to put them on the same playing field. Science priests, you know the difference. Anyone in organized religion knows the difference. You're being disingenuous by saying that. You know it's not a religion because they're constantly disproving theories and revamping theories as well. The Catholic Church hasn't changed anything in hundreds or a couple thousand years. So stop it. Stop it.
Do you believe there are planets?
Why would it change anything?
Do you believe there are other planets?
other planets,
Yeah.
not with life on them, not with people on them. No.
No, okay. Well, I won't even get into
And
that.
you think the
because
Earth
it
is
can't be proven.
6,000 years old?
But you think the Earth is 6,000 years old?
Dinosaurs and dragons.
Absolutely, of course.
How? Of course. How can you believe the Earth is 6,000 years old?
Because there's no recorded history before that. Because a lot of scientists have said that, have recorded that throughout history.
No, they haven't.
No, they have not. They don't you look at how about sedimentary rock? How about fossils in sedimentary rock? How about fossil fuel that came from organic material that needs a lot more than 6,000 years to produce things that are fact?
According to scientists. How do you know they need more than 6,000 years to produce that? According to the scientists, what they've told you?
Because it has been theorized about and then proven, and the theory is... Hold on. I'm answering your question. Because it's constantly tested and retested by people that don't philosophically agree, and they're all coming to the same conclusion.
You can take science. Hey, dude, let me answer your question. You can take scientific equipment and prove that organic material needs a certain amount of time under pressure and heat to turn into fossil fuel. It's proven!
Oh, so you know people who have proven it. That have
Yes,
been
scientists
6,000 years.
that put out research papers based in fact, not a Bible with stories written thousands of years ago by people and then translated second and third and 80 hands down the line by human beings, not holy people, about magic. About magic. It's a magic book.
It's a Harry Potter
It's a Harry Potter book, the Bible.
Yeah. God is into wizardry.
Dude, voted on by that group 300 years later.
Jesus was a wizard.
They were practicing wizardry, sir.
I want to believe in dragons.
What's that?
What?
Hold on, the Bible is not one book.
I know that's stupid. It means many books. It was a bunch of stories voted on. I know that.
Right.
It's written by a whole bunch of people who recorded a whole bunch of things.
All right.
Yeah, and they voted on the most popular readings 300 years after Christ's death, and they made it a book. We get it. We know that.
Okay, so the thing is, you can't point to it as one book and dismiss it. It's written, it was recorded by a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, exactly. And that's always been accurate, sir?
Look,
when a whole bunch of people get their hands in something and translate and interpret things.
Look,
they lied about the color of Christ.
Science, it gets a little muddled.
Look,
you know?
I'm.
Don't you say Jesus was black. I'll get on this guy's side.
I'm going to solve this whole argument. I'm going to use my powers.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to let everyone know how old the universe is. I'm just going to be looking at a black hole, and I'm going to read the age by looking at the taint of a black hole.
I've never heard of a taint of a black hole.
I want to believe in dragons. I believe in dragons. Imagine Jurassic Park if it was about dragons. How cool that movie would have been. Can I have a sound of a dragon or a monster?
How old are you, dude?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 38.
And
38.
you brought the church and CCD your whole life, and you grab onto everything they told you. And doesn't it bother you that, like, Muslims and other groups are as strong in their belief as you are, and one of you has to be wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know I'm right.
Of course
How do you know you're...
know that. Of course you do.
But how do you know you're right when everybody else in all these other religions actually believe...
Tested it all. And only the Catholic Church...
No, how do you know you're right?
Yeah, how do you know you're right?
Have you ever read the Quran?
Have you ever read the Torah?
I wouldn't bother. It's crap.
What about the Torah?
But following your logic, you're using the same technique with my pal Anthony here. How do you know the Quran is crap if you've never read it?
It was every other book. It doesn't matter. It
does matter. You can't just
asking you a question.
You can't just throw that to the side.
Yeah, how do you know you're right?
You haven't done your homework, little boy.
How do you know your religion is the right one?
I'm using your logic against you. Like, you can't just say it's crap if you've never read it. It's the same. It's the same thing with people that say we live in the greatest country in the world, and most of these people have never been anywhere else to prove that. I want to hear in the greatest country.
Yeah,
in the
how
world.
can you say that, sir?
I want to hear I want to hear this guy's answer.
If you've never read it.
I want to hear his answer. Why do you think your religion is right?
Because it's stood the test of time. It's the oldest religion. What? It has all the truths. You test it, and it's true.
Test what? How do you test? How do you test it?
How do you? What do you need test?
You said you test it.
How do you test it?
You say it stood the test of time. What?
It's the oldest religion in the world.
Have you seen miracles?
I've seen incorrupt bodies of saints. Yeah.
What the hell
What
is
does
that,
that
by the way?
mean?
And they look like they're sleeping. They're not mummies. If you do,
Well, they are. They're dead. They're not sleeping, so they're dead.
Have you seen the Virgin Mary in a piece of toast yet?
No.
Oh, all right.
How does it feel that the same
bedroom though?
How does it feel that the same people are teaching you all this and that are forced and that you're believing it are the same ones that are covering up and paying out $2 billion to molesters?
Well,
I'd like to know honestly. Hey, huh?
Those people, they're not Catholic.
Yes, they are. And the head of
no.
then why is the head of the organization addressing it?
Right.
He's not the head of the Catholic Church. That's a new religion that was started in the '60s. It's a different church.
Groovy.
The Pope is the head of a church that was started in the '60s.
You don't pay any attention to what the Pope says?
He's not the Pope. It's a different church. The Pope,
Then who's the
I
Pope?
don't follow the new church with the new mass. Traditional Catholic Latin mass and all that.
So what do you follow?
Yeah, where's the other guy?
What church do you go to?
Where's the other guy?
Where's your Pope?
Yeah, who's your Pope?
We don't have a Pope right now. The last Pope died in 1958, Pope Pius XII.
Oh.
And since then...
What about Harry Potter?
Oh, you like
he's
one
got
of
a shot?
Are you like a fundamentalist?
Yeah, you could say.
All right.
Then what are you doing listening to this show and getting offended, dude? It's silly.
Yeah, Steve, go away.
Because you know what? You guys are funny.
But why would you tell us?
Go away, Steve.
If we make fun of everything and we say "God damn" and you don't like it, don't you think you're being a bit of a self-righteous ass?
No, do you remember how I started off the conversation? I asked you nicely. Could you do me a favor?
Yeah, we said no.
Yeah, and I'll say nicely, no. I'll keep saying God damn it and Jesus Christ and
we
stuff
have to
like
take
that.
a break.
God damn it.
But then
All right, Steve.
I'm just
All right,
saying you're going to use
All right, Steve.
another listener.
All right,
Who
Steve.
cares?
All right,
I
go
did
ahead.
We don't even have a Pope. Who needs you?
We're gonna, Steve. We gotta go. We're
We gotta take a
late.
break.
All right, but
Talking about religion is not as important as playing commercials.
Just listen to us until Rapture, please.
All right.
We're not doing it for you. God damn it. What do you
Right.
say to that?
Okay, I asked you nicely.
And we said no nicely.
Thank you, Steve.
Jesus
Just for
Christ.
you.
But I
Sure, show up
love
with a pistol like
the
every
one
other
thing I
religious
love about Steve is I really do want to think that dinosaurs were dragons.
We're dragons.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa,
Oh,
hey!
Godzilla.
Whoa.
There he comes. Look out.
I believe in something.
I think I turned him.
I believe in something. I just don't know what yet.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Good
I want
luck to you.
I want to start studying other religions.
Well, you have fun with that. Fantasy world.
Science priests.
Science priest. So you
Yeah.
believe in your science priest? Yeah, that's right. I'm playing EverQuest. It's like real life EverQuest.
I pray to the atom bomb myself.
That's good. Planet of the Apes,
yes,
too.
yes.
Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Sure.
And you asked really nicely. Yes, and we...
All right. We got the Dumbledore thing is...
Oh, yeah.
Let me get the story out of the way.
If you thought you knew everything about the characters in the Harry Potter books and movies, you would be wrong. One of them has just been outed. The author of the hugely successful Tales About Wizards told a group of 1,600 school kids at Carnegie Hall that Dumbledore, the headmaster at Hogwarts, is gay. J.K. Rowling made the revelation when a young fan asked her if Dumbledore finds true love. She said Dumbledore was once smitten with a rival he defeated in battle between good and bad wizards. And when Rowling recently saw the script of the 6th Potter movie, which made a reference to a female that Dumbledore was once interested in, she passed a note to the director to make a correction.
J.K. never ceases to surprise and amaze.
No.
I got a problem with this whole thing.
Yeah.
If you read the Harry Potter books, which I don't, I like the movies, but I haven't read one of those books. But a few Harry Potter readers checking in today.
Readers.
And they're saying, why didn't she mention it in the actual book?
Yeah.
It's not mentioned in the actual book.
If he did mention
Or
it in the
books.
book, because when he was practicing his wizardry, he became the headmaster.
Oh.
That was clear enough.
That is clear, and it had nothing to do with school.
He had a crush on Gellert Grindelwald. They were practicing wizardry, smacking each other's mouths with swords. He was a lonely fruit, like most people who enjoy those books. But I'm just jealous because she outsold me, and I didn't think she would.
I think anything that happens to a character that isn't in a movie or a book is nothing. Even in a movie and a book, it's nothing because they're just characters.
Right.
But when people like make stuff up that hasn't been in the book about a character, the guy doesn't really exist. What does it matter?
It was very disappointing when Steven Spielberg came out and said that Jaws was gay. That's why his mouth was always open. I couldn't believe it. He wasn't even practicing wizardry.
They get so into these characters that they go beyond the books and movies and what they're doing, now in real life? What?
She's pretty smart. I guess she felt like she needed to sell a few more books.
Does she think that'll sell books or not sell books?
It'll probably sell a few books. Probably people now will reread the books, that's for sure, and go, look at this.
I just see some people burning the books.
Yeah.
Some people maybe in the Midwest or some Bible thumpers down south now jumping on board and going, well, this book has to go. Of course, they were doing that anyway because of the
wizardry, which seems to have people who read the Bible very upset.
Yes, they think it's some kind of satanic thing. But then you throw a few homos in.
Yeah.
Oof. Now you got some problem. I don't know what they think is worse, the devil or the homosexual.
Well, they see they're one and the same. They just think a gay guy is the devil is basically just walking in a small dog in Chelsea with horns on his head. That's what they think. It's amazing. The Bible, they don't like anything with wizardry, and yet on page whatever, and then he moved the big rock after being dead for 3 days. Well, that's consistent. we don't like that supernatural nonsense. He hopped off the cross, he ran to Wendy's, and then he pushed the rock away and became heavenly. Did he? I'm sure he did.
Are you saying Jesus was practicing?
No, not at all. The Pope's in a fire showing up, and the Virgin Mary just show up on a roll of toilet paper in Des Moines. Yes, we're going to find Mother Teresa's third miracle so she can be a saint. But, enough of this silliness about wizardry and things of that ilk. We'd hate to poison the children's mind with that type of nonsense. That's right. On the third day, he rose again in fulfillment of the scriptures. I'm sure he did.
Let's not forget when Jesus walked across the water there.
Walking on water.
And Moses was 800 years old. He took one of every animal, skedaddled across the ocean.
On a little boat.
All their animal dumps didn't weigh the stupid boat down. He had enough hay to keep everybody alive. God said build an ark, so he did. I mean, that's the way it is, folks. Accept it.
There was no wizardry involved with that, right?
No wizardry whatsoever.
Water to wine.
Just a lot of wood.
Yeah. Hey, we're hungry. Fish for everyone. Really? But these were pebbles. They're fish now. Enjoy the fishes, ladies and germs. This water is terrible. Well, then have something that'll make you beat your wife. Wine. That's good.
Yeah, they certainly believe in a lot of wizardry.
Yeah, they certainly do. Hey, I'm going to kill my son. Whoa, big hand coming down. Hey, Abraham, I was joking. Hey, easy. Easy, Abraham. Don't kill him. I was kidding. I was kidding.
But there's a problem with the Harry Potter book.
Oh, it's wizardry. Who would want that supernatural thing in the minds of these young children? Do you love your kid? You love me as God? I do. Then slay your son, Abraham. I'd prefer not to. Do it if you love me. All right.
I'm going to make sores all over you anyway.
Lot's wife looked when she shouldn't have, and the old gal became a bunch of salt. That's what happens when you look back, lady. You're now a pillar of salt. Now all the deer are going to lick you.
But there's no wizardry involved.
No, not at all. It's perfectly logical. Don't ever question that stuff.
How does that happen?
Just nonsense.
Damn you! I layeth my staff upon the Nile and turn it to blood. It's wizardry.
When characters collide on the Opie and Anthony show.
Damn you. Look, my staff is cast down at your feet and it turns into a serpent. Damn you. It's magic, but good magic. Magic of the Lord.
Fast forward a few.
Lord God.
Yeah.
Carve out these 10 commandments with some kind of lightning thing. And how did I know to get them? The burning bush told me. It's a bush that burns and talks. That's all cool. But no Dumbledore homos.
It's a good thing God didn't zap that stuff onto like a piece of papyrus or something that could have been carried. Take 2 giant headstones and make them haul down the mountain with that. God almighty.
Fast forward a couple thousand years, and Harry Potter will be the new Jesus, and we'll be fighting wars all over the freaking world over Harry Potter.
Over Harry Potter. and his homo friends.
And his
People have been-
wizardry.
People have been misbehaving. What should I do? I know. Flood the whole place out, except for one boat full of birds and dinosaurs in that ilk. One boat full of them. Clean everything out. 40 days, whole thing's gone.
Make sure
40 days.
Make sure the rats survive.
Make sure the rats survive and the roaches.
Yeah. Right. And a giraffe.
Yes.
Everything.
Well,
I think the
I didn't know
birds
it was
flew.
everything. I'm thinking there were more animals, but he couldn't get them all on the ark, and this is what we were left with. The ones he was able to get on the ark.
What about fossils? Like dinosaurs and stuff.
well, here's the argument they have about that, and it's a doozy.
Oh, yeah?
And this is how they explain the dinosaurs and all that stuff. It's less than 6,000 years old. You see, our carbon dating is the problem, not the way they're looking at things. It's the carbon dating, which is not dating them properly. Do you see?
Wouldn't there be more... 6,000 years, relatively speaking, not that old.
Yeah, of course.
Wouldn't we have more stuff of the dinosaurs?
Yeah. We'd have 50 of them running through Manhattan right now on 57th Street. They'd be blocking traffic. They'd be riding them to work. God Almighty! We found one woolly mammoth frozen.
Yeah.
And pretty intact. That's what we found.
And mammoths were pretty much at the end of any prehistoric age.
Big stupid hairy elephant. How embarrassing! Can't even be a cute elephant like the one at the circus. You got to stink like wet elephant hair. Can you imagine riding an elephant with hair on it? How annoying that would be.
All matted, and you know what happens back there. Just all caked up.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Probably 1 ton of
Dingleberries as big as softballs.
Yeah, just giant. They thought they were natives, but they were actually just dingleberries hanging off.
How silly would an elephant look doing that dog dragging its butt across the carpet thing?
Scooting
with his big feet.
Stupid hairy elephant. He's trying to style his hair and.
When are you going to be on Hannity?
I want to be on Hannity so bad.
Go. We're pushing Anthony out the door. He needs to do Hannity. Use the N-word a lot. He loves that.
What?
He loves that.
Don't even say that. I would never.
He loves that.
He knows I'm responsible when I have to be.
Wasn't he the one that said he's never even thought of the word before?
He's in a position where he can't.
I understand, but
controversial
that's just
in
silly.
that way.
We all think
In
things.
that way.
We all think horrific things.
It's a human reaction.
Absolutely.
People are so quick to just dismiss their humanity, their basic instincts. We have ingrained in us, like dogs and cats and everything else, certain things that are just instinctive that we do as human beings. And one of them is when we get angry, we seem to lash out a bit.
We say horrific things.
And we at least think them.
Unless you're a God-fearing Christian.
No, even them.
Yeah,
even them. They're the
I
biggest
agree.
hypocrites.
I agree, yeah.
Well, hold on. Now I'm going to take
Fred?
issue with that. I don't think that's the type of talk we need here. We can have fun and still keep it Christian.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's
Jimmy's
Kristen
changing.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
God,
wrong with
no.
that? Praise
Oh,
his
no,
name.
no.
Praise his name.
Oh, no.
I hate Kristen Jimmy.
Well, I want to have a fun show that anyone can tune into with their family.
Oh, my
Look,
God.
Kristen Jimmy stinks.
Well, you know what really stinks?
What?
The sulfur odor coming out of hell, packed with people like you. Praise his name.
Praise his name. Can we have some religious music
Kristen Jimmy
when we talk to Christian?
stinks. Hate him.
Christian
Why?
Jimmy.
Oh, no.
Why
I
not?
guess I shouldn't have hatred in my heart, but I do for Kristen Jimmy.
I tolerate needs to be saved Gregory and needs to be saved Anthony.
Whoa!
Needs to be saved from what?
I'm doing my own saving.
From yourself.
From ourselves.
Yeah.
Why? We're doing well. I think I'm a nice person, generally speaking. We do a show that's a little controversial, but, I mean, we don't have to go to the extreme of just being like you.
Well, he's forgiven you for 2002. Praise his name.
Born again Ted.
I hate praise his name.
Why? That's true, because you're too busy praising the name of Joe Consumer and of product buyer. You should praise the name of He who makes it all possible.
The almighty dollar is...
That's right. That's who you worship. The Church of the Almighty Dollar. Well, I've given up my membership to that church.
Yeah.
That's right.
Think this is going to hurt ticket sales?
I've joined the Good Lord University, and that's where I get my education. Praise his name.
Praise his name. Oh, good God.
That's wonderful. Kristen Jimmy.
God, are we going to hate that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna hate that one.
I know he's gonna catch me off guard being Christian Jimmy.
Yeah.
And I'll look at him and gonna answer seriously. And
Well, it's not me speaking. I'm simply a vessel. I simply convey a message.
For who?
Praise his name.
Oh, okay.
And did anybody see? I know we're going to break, but did anybody see there was a special?
Yes, I did. It was amazing.
Well, it was a special on why men fuck other men in the ass.
Oh, shit.
Oh, did you turn that one around?
No, there was a special on Discovery which I taped, but I didn't watch. It was about like I think the Shroud of Turin. It was called The Real Face of Christ.
Yeah.
And it was,
I saw the.
Did you see it?
It was supposed to be really good, and I did.
Was it on?
DVR it was when Lost was on. I should have watched that. There was probably a big JC in the middle of it. But I was wondering if anybody saw it. They could just
Are
whatever
they
right
admitting
in.
finally that he looks like a Middle Eastern guy?
Well,
And
there's-
not a white guy with blue eyes?
They're saying something how the Shroud of Turin was a negative. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, there's blood on
But there's
it.
carbon dating saying it was a fake.
Or I don't know. Yeah, I know.
And then they're saying that it couldn't have been carbon dated properly. I don't know anything about it.
It's not real. It's not real.
What's not real?
The whole fucking shebang.
I think Ant's right.
What,
The whole
Jesus
shebang
lived?
ain't
He
real.
lived, but
How do you know? Even that part,
know
I'm like,
Jesus
man,
lived.
how do we know?
he's been too documented in too many religions.
Oh,
He's too
everything
documented.
has. So is
I'm not-
fucking
I'm not-
dragons.
I'm not saying he had magical powers, but the fucking guy lived.
So we're dragons.
True.
You're right. That's what I do to my ass. I've been dragging it.
It's just too much. We can't get shit straight from history a few hundred years ago, and you're gonna tell me to over 2,000 years, and we got this shit down that we know one guy was walking around. Hey, there was no fucking communication back then, except for some guy that would run with some parchment, maybe, and get somewhere.
So maybe that guy was
we're
responsible.
supposed to know one motherfucker.
Maybe that guy was responsible with his
What?
parchment.
Oh, really? He was the guy that took it to. Well, then what about the guy he get to it and everyone got this
Imagine-
right from 2,000 over 2,000 years ago. Everyone in between then and now got it right. And there was this guy, one fucking guy, just milling around the fucking cradle of civilization there, wherever the fuck he was.
Imagine Jesus.
Jerusalem.
Imagine Jesus had to depend on a guy like Steve.
Nazareth. Yeah.
All right. Here's
Who
my
was the
words.
Messiah? Wait a minute. I was in a meeting with
Yes.
Pontius Pilate.
I'm Judas C. No,
I'll try to get it. This is Jesus on the phone. I swear.
Hey, man, this is Jesus. Oh, I spelled his name right.
Why is he saying his name oddly?
No, I think he existed, but was he just a
think
prophet or just a... Nah, too many... I think... Here's why I believe it.
Yeah.
Because too many separate people wrote about him as a guy who they were seeing
I think it's a legend. I think it's legend.
Well,
people write a lot about legends too and things.
The guy
Loch Ness monster.
the guy lived. Whether or not he had magical powers or
How
not.
do you know?
I believe... Because I think the Romans wrote about him
Yeah,
as well. He was just a documented figure of the time.
He could have just been a homeless guy or something, but the guy lived.
It's like saying, how do you know Tiberius Caesar lived or
exactly.
you know...
Well,
It is scary that you had
doing shit.
It is scary that you depended on a very long game of telephone.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope they got it right over the years.
Yeah, it's the longest game of telephone that started with like fucking worse than smoke signals.
Sure.
And up until nowadays with computers and stuff.
You think they
And
might have got
everything was right?
You think they might have got some of the info wrong over
Yes,
the years?
abso-fucking-lutely. Shit got fucked up.
I'm with you.
That's what I think.
I'm with
They
you.
apparently screwed his name up.
Yeah?
No, so silly.
What was it, Jim?
I just heard that it wasn't Jesus.
No?
No.
Do you have any idea what it might have been?
One of the books said that his name was Ted Christ.
Ted Christ.
I never heard that.
What the hell is Ted Christ?
I'll heal ye, Gregory.
Testament of Ted.
I took water and I turned it into crystal light.
Well, that's very impressive.
I think that anyone could do that with
That's
little...
not true. I did it. I took a bunch of fishes and turned them into more fishes by cutting them in half.
But that's not...
I had 30 fishes, and I said I present ye with 60 half fishes.
But that's the same amount of fish.
No, it's not. I'm working miracles.
What about that walking on water thing?
What's that?
Walking on water.
No, I walked through some water. I spoiled my sandals, Gregory. I was very upset.
Oh, you did wear the sandals.
Although-
I certainly did.
Although I don't think Jesus walked on water.
No,
So-
I walked through the water.
You
I
walked
had
it-
flip-flops on.
Yeah.
Now the resurrection. We got Easter coming up. This is a very holy
Yes!
time. The resurrection of Jesus back from the
What
dead.
does resurrection mean? That's all about my pet rabbit. He would hop around, and I would yell, hop, hop.
No, I don't think the bunnies have anything to do with
It
the
certainly
true,
does.
Religious part of Easter, Ted.
Oh,
Christ.
no! I had an erection. They misunderstood me.
No resurrection.
No, I had an erection. They misunderstood me.
Oh, okay.
It was tenting out my robe beautifully.
Out of your little
In
loincloth.
my loincloth. The Romans were playing cards.
Now, what about the Shroud of Turin? Were you laid
I don't
under-
even know who she is. I met her one time at a party. That's a lie. They said I left my dick print on her curtains. I did not. Pack of lies.
Apparently so. Ted Christ. All right, we got the name wrong.
Yeah, that's.
You have the name wrong.
You have it. I got to remember to talk to him in that oldie school kind of talk.
Yes, Jerusalem.
Where they didn't speak English, right?
Yes, they did.
Oh, they did?
They certainly did.
It's a lot of haveths.
I haveth, I haveth not. You goeth forth. Ow! My hands and feet are hurting.
Oh, that's
Well, why is
terrible.
that, Ted? Christ.
I don't know why. They're punishing me for something.
Were you up on that cross?
I certainly was. It was very painful. I said, take me down. They did.
They just took you down?
We were doing a play.
Oh.
Learn to play poker with the Opie and Anthony Show.
No. Oh, God. You spilled my chip.
I'm sorry, sir.
Opie.
Now clean it out. That's right. Be a poker player, just like your father.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Are you happy now, Opie? Are you happy?
Bill Maher. So what's this about? Ben Affleck argues about Islam?
Islam, and I think Ben Affleck, from what I understand, is taking the 13-year-old Jimmy Norton argument of, just like you never can tell. But again, I have to see it, so maybe
Islamophobia on Bill Maher's show. So they went at it a bit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he had an author on, and the author's point was basically that liberals cannot find faults in Islam. And they were talking about that it's a violent religion and that it's very bad towards women and gays. And Ben Affleck took exception to that, saying that it's very racist that he's saying that.
And that's just such a childish, typical, like, limousine liberal fucking attitude.
We do have Muslims that listen to our radio show.
Yes, we do. And I'm sure that they would understand that there is homophobia in Islam and that there is violence in Islam. And I don't think they're going to deny that. The people who are cutting heads off are doing it for Islam, and they said it.
Right.
We didn't say ISIS is doing it for Islam. They said it.
All right.
Let's hear what Ben Affleck says.
You want to listen from here or your thing?
No, let's watch the...
Oh, no.
No?
Okay, do it.
It's radio. It's a radio show. We don't need to see his dumb face.
Here's a giant cock.
He does get really frustrated in the video clip.
Oh, let's watch the
Affleck,
video.
he's almost like sulking.
All right,
it's a good video clip to
All
watch.
right, let's watch the video.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Mediaite.
I should be quiet.
.com.
I'll be quiet.
Sorry.
What I want to talk about, of course, is that you and I have been trying to make the case, I think, I have anyway, that liberals need to stand up for liberal principles. This is what I said on last week's show. Obviously, I got a lot of hate for it, but all I'm saying is that liberal principles like freedom of speech, freedom to practice any religion you want without fear of violence, freedom to leave a religion, equality for women, equality for minorities, including homosexuals. These are liberal principles that liberals applaud for, but then when you say in the Muslim world this is what's lacking, then they get upset.
Yeah. Well, liberals have really failed on the topic of theocracy. They'll criticize white theocracy. They'll criticize Christians.
Yes.
They'll still get agitated over the abortion clinic bombing that happened in 1984. But when you want to talk about the treatment of women and homosexuals and free thinkers and public intellectuals in the Muslim world, I would argue that liberals have failed us. And the crucial point of confusion, thank you.
Thank God you're here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the crucial point of confusion is that we have been sold this meme of Islamophobia, where every criticism of the doctrine of Islam gets conflated with bigotry toward Muslims as people.
Right.
And that is it's intellectually ridiculous. Even it gets
So hold on, are
conflated with
you
racism.
the person who understands the officially codified doctrine of Islam? You're the interpreter of that, so you can say, well, this is...
I'm actually well educated on this topic.
I'm asking you. So you're saying if I criticize you're saying that Islamophobia is not a real thing. That if you're critical of something...
Well, it's not a real thing when we do it.
Right.
Well, no,
it really isn't.
I'm not denying that certain people are bigoted against Muslims as people. And that's a problem.
Big of you.
But
why are you so hostile about
Can you
this?
pause real quick?
It's gross. It's racist.
It's not.
Can you hear what a cunt Ben Affleck sounds like already? What a twat this guy is. What a fucking spoiled baby actor. This guy's being very reasonable, going, yeah, there's bigotry against Muslim. I don't think he's being unreasonable.
He sounds educated.
And fucking Ben Affleck, who has probably bored a lot of people at parties with this shit, just can't wait to get in. Well, that's just very big of you. Like what Bill Maher, people hate Bill Maher. I've always loved Bill Maher because he's a liberal, but he's not a language cop. He's not. I think he's great, and he does criticize certain parts of Islam.
Comes across a bit pompous, though.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that because
I hate his fucking delivery.
There's a lot of arrogant people. I mean, I'm arrogant about my own stuff.
I like Maher.
Yeah, he was
Even
nice
though
to us.
I don't agree with a lot of his politics. I never met.
Me and you did when we were fucking at the West Bank Cafe. We talked to him for 45 minutes.
That's right.
He was nice to us. That's not how I judge everybody, but so Ben Affleck was nice to me too.
It's so not.
It's like saying those stateless shifty Jew.
You're not listening to what we are saying.
You guys are saying if you want to be liberals, believe in liberal principles like freedom of speech, like we are endowed by our forefathers with an inalienable rights, like all men are created equal.
Ben, we have to be able to criticize bad ideas. And
of course we do. No liberal doesn't want to criticize bad ideas.
But Islam at this moment is the motherlode of bad ideas.
Jesus.
So we have
That's
ideas
just a fact.
like blasphemy.
No. It's an ugly thing.
Apostasy.
It is basic liberal
let me
principle
unpack
of
it.
tolerance.
Let me unpack it.
But not for intolerance.
No, of course not. But the picture you're painting is, to some extent, true, but is hugely incomplete. It is certainly true that plenty of fanatics and jihadis are Muslim, but the people who are standing up to them, Malala, incredible Muhammad Ali Dadak in Iran, in prison for 9 years for speaking up for Christians. A friend that I had in Pakistan who was shot this year, Rashid Rahman, for defending people accused of apostasy.
Or how about the more than 1 billion people who aren't fanatical, who don't punish women, who just want to go to the store,
wait a second.
sandwiches,
Wait a
25
second.
times a day, and don't do any of the things you're saying all Muslims
Wait a second.
stereotyping.
Wait a second.
Things, and you painting the whole group religion with that.
No, let's get down to who has the right answer here. 1 billion people, you say. All these billion people don't hold any of these...
5 or something.
Don't hold these pernicious beliefs?
No,
I would...
Well, they don't.
That's just not true, Ben. That's just not true.
Can I just express how I think it breaks down?
Fucking, I mean, even if people agree with Ben Affleck, he just sounds like a huffing douche. He sounds awful.
You watch him. Wait till he sulks. You'll see him. He puts his head down like a little kid that doesn't get his way as they're going on.
Here's why. Because again, being Ben Affleck and being who he is, he's extremely used to holding court. And people going, that's a good point. And he's not used to someone like Bill Maher, who's not impressed with him, saying that's just not true.
You don't think people challenge Ben Affleck?
No, where he gets kind of passionate and then they back off. Because like, oh, you must sound you're painting with a broad. It's like, ugh.
Let's see some more of this.
It's just awful.
I want to see the part where he sulks and puts his head down on the table.
The idea,
you haven't even defined
you're trying to say that these few people, that's all the problem is, these few bad apples. The idea that someone should be killed if they leave the
That's
Islamic...
horrible. That should
Wait, you're saying that the idea that someone should be killed if they leave the Islamic religion is just a few bad apples?
The people who would actually believe and enact that you murder somebody if they leave Islam is not the majority of Muslims at all.
Okay, but let me break this down for you. Okay, we have, as you say, we have 1.5, 1.6 billion Muslims. Now,
second biggest religion in the world, a quarter.
Well, Ben, let me unpack this. Let me unpack this for you.
Please do.
We have just imagine some concentric circles here. You have at the center, you have jihadists. These are people who wake up in the morning wanting to kill apostates, wanting to die trying. They believe in paradise. They
Horrible,
believe
bad people
in martyrdom. Outside of them, we have Islamists. These are people who are just as convinced of martyrdom and paradise and wanting to foist their religion on the rest of humanity, but they want to work within the system. They're not going to blow themselves up on a bus. They want to change governments. They want to use democracy against itself. Those two circles arguably are 20% of the Muslim world. Okay, this is not the fringe of the fringe.
That research on?
A bunch of poll results that we can talk about. So to give you one point of contact, 78% of British Muslims think that the Danish cartoonist should have been prosecuted. 78%. So I'm being conservative when I roll this back to 20%. But outside of that circle, you have conservative Muslims who can honestly look at ISIS and say that does not represent us, that we're horrified by that, but they hold views about human rights and about women, about homosexuals that are deeply troubling. So these are not Islamists, they're not jihadists, but those
views are anathema to ours.
But they also keep women and homosexuals immiserated in these cultures, and we have to empower the true reformers in the Muslim world to change it. And, lying about the link between doctrine and behavior is not going to do that.
But the Great Divide... the Great Divide is not between Islam and the rest. It's rather between the fundamentalists and the moderates in each faith.
Okay, but we're misled to think that the fundamentalists are the fringe. Okay, we have jihadists, Islamists, and conservatives.
Well, and by the way,
it depends hundreds of millions of people fit that description.
You're saying that the strongest voices are coming from those who are jihadists and extremists, and that represents a bigger piece of the pie than we often think is true. There's no question. Okay, so having said that, even if that is true,
why is he sulking? Because he's not getting his way. Like Jim said, he's at Hollywood parties. He holds court, and everybody agrees with him.
Here's why he's sulking. Because he's used to saying those things and having nobody who can come back and say 78% of British Muslims believe that the Danish cartoonist should be prosecuted. He has zero to say about that.
He's in over his head, and he knows it because this guy could back up his facts at least with some knowledge that Ben doesn't have on this.
Yeah.
At least the other guy Ben
just has his passion and he believes that a certain point, but these guys actually have stats and facts.
What a douche. At least the other guy.
Sulking.
The other guy's on Ben's.
He's trying to look cool on TV still, but he's sulking.
The other guy who's on Ben's side at least knows what he's talking about. Like the guy who's saying it's
because he did his research as well.
Yeah. Oh, Ben's a fool.
Oh, that's funny.
Boo, Ben.
Is that it, Sam?
Please,
more or less?
No, there's more.
Please, more salt. You should see the fucking face on Ben is great.
Anything to recognize that I don't know.
He's rubbing his beard, looking down.
He's thinking.
There are voices that are oftentimes in opposition to these jihadists and to these extreme acts. But guess what? They don't get covered. They don't get exposed. And they're not given the same level of platform.
He covered his face with his hand. Start rubbing his forehead.
One reason they don't get exposed is because they're afraid to speak out. Because it's the only religion that acts like the Mafia.
Shut down.
Will fucking kill you if you say the wrong thing, draw the wrong picture, or write the wrong book.
So you do
Does Ben talk again?
You do.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Ayaan Hirsi Ali needs bodyguards 24/7.
You do have that element of fear as well, but you also have other braver souls out there who do speak out and who who
are risking their lives to do that.
like the Muslim clerics and others from Australia to Europe to the United States just recently publicly put their names on paper declaring their opposition to what ISIS and others are doing. So there are those voices, but where was the coverage? Where was that story to sort of create a different picture?
What is your solution? What is your answer?
No, the solution is very much what
we've killed more Muslims than they've killed us by an awful lot. We've invaded more Muslims.
I am not for more killing.
An awful lot. And yet somehow we're exempted from these things because they're not really a reflection of what we believe in. We did it by accident. That's why we invaded Iraq and put 4 million people.
We're not convincing anybody.
It's not I'm specifically telling you that I disagree with what you think.
I know, and we're obviously not convincing anybody of you.
You don't understand my argument.
Your argument is like, black people, they show each other.
That is not my argument.
No, it's not. It's based on facts. I can show you a Pew poll of Egyptians. They are not outliers in the Muslim world that say like 90% of them believe death is the appropriate response to leaving the religion. If 90% of Brazilians Christians thought that death was the appropriate response to leaving Catholicism, you would think it was a bigger deal.
I would think it's a big deal no matter what.
Okay, but that's the fact.
You don't. But what I wouldn't do is say it's all Brazilians, or I wouldn't say, well, Ted Bundy did this. Goddamn, these gays are all trying to eat each other. You know?
Okay, let me just give you what you want. There are hundreds of millions of Muslims who are nominal Muslims, who don't take the faith seriously, who don't want to kill apostates, who are horrified by ISIS, and we need to defend these people, prop them up, and let them reform.
Dude, you're talking, ISIS couldn't fill a AA ballpark in Charleston, West Virginia, and you're making a career out of ISIS.
But no, it's not just ISIS. It's all jihadists. It's global. It's a phenomenon of global jihad.
I think that's the opposite.
There is those things. There's ISIS. There's global jihadists. The question is the degree to which you're willing to say, because I've witnessed this behavior, which we all object to on the part of these people, I'm willing to flatly condemn those of you I don't know and have never met.
No,
this is
not
based
condemning
on
people. It's ideas.
And,
gotta make
and people who believe in those ideas.
So it's people who believe in
based on reality, Ben. We're not making it up. That in the Muslim world, it is mainstream belief.
But this is such a caricature of Indonesia, of Malaysia,
okay, wait a minute.
So much of the world. And this does have the tinge a little bit of the way white racists talk about African Americans and define blacks by.
What you're saying is because they are a minority, we shouldn't criticize.
They're not that much of a minority. It's the second biggest religion in the world.
Exactly, but you're treating them like a minority. But I mean, if Filipinos were capturing teenagers and sending them into white slavery, we would criticize that. We wouldn't say, well, they're
criticize
Filipinos.
the people who are doing it, not the Philippines. You know what I mean?
Well, what if the people
who are Filipino kid lives on the street from you would have nothing to do with that? So these are different things. Crazy
racial
people.
stereotyping.
I think it goes. Let's talk.
All right. Ben Affleck got his ass completely handed to him.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Yeah. Because I didn't hear that guy was criticizing all Muslims. Like, if the guy was saying, look, Muslims are terrible, then Ben Affleck would have a great point. Like, you can't judge everybody and lump them all in. But I didn't think that's what the guy was saying. He was kind of just saying, no, it's about the idea. And the fact is, like, they are the ones who are fucking killing homosexuals more than anyone. Or, you know, Ahmadinejad got fucking laughed at in Colombia, and he's like, "There's no homosexuals in Iran," you know.
Wow, I just enjoyed him sulking.
Was that great?
It was wonderful.
That's why you need to see the video.
Yeah, he was really upset. Margaritaville. I don't sing ever, you idiots.
I was walking down the street and some construction guy was shouting at me, "Hey, show me your cans." So I did. And he plummeted 17 floors and was impaled on a forklift. But my tits looked great.
Please, wow responsibly. A public service announcement of the Opie and Anthony Show.
It's the O&A virus.
Trish this morning told me that the head of my dick looked like Sally from Davey and Goliath.
I used to call her Yodel Head.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like she had two yodels on the side of her hair. Oh, yes.
Sally from Davey and Goliath looked like the head
You
of
ever
a
see Sally's?
cat.
Sally.
Punch that up on the dopey computer.
Sally. No, that's not it. That's not going. You need the claymation one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, the actual.
Yeah, that one. That's good.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that's
Gorged.
Yeah.
Don't
do it, Davey.
I used to like Davey and Goliath.
Oh, it was great.
You remember when you didn't realize it was?
It's hard to
you
get
just
laid with a religious dog. And the black neighbors had the same features. They were just like
they were
caramel
darker
colored. Yeah.
I remember watching that and not
thinking anything about religion. Like it was just like a claymation
Very cool
show.
Claymation show.
And then you start realizing, hey, everything is, Well, Davey, God wants us to be nice to our neighbors. And you're like, oh, God comes into this every...
Christian fathers.
It really...
Some great parodies of this old show, man.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're,
Remember the one where he was in the soapbox derby and he didn't put he didn't bend the cotter pins for the wheels?
Kind of, yeah.
And the cotter pins came out and he crashed.
And it offended Christ?
Something happened like that. And then he told somebody that he was... betting a Jew, and his father got all upset.
The one I remember is when they went through Davey's closet, and they were like, "What is this?" And it was shit porn.
It's easy to make claymation shit too. It's very easy for the artists. They just got to squeeze a piece of brown clay.
It smells the same as claymation. Anything else? There's nothing nasty about claymation shit.
I used to watch. I like how Davey ran too. His knees never bent.
Yeah,
he just did that run with that flat-footed, straight-legged run.
Yeah.
It was. What was the one with the toucan? Jake. Remember, he had a toucan named Jake. I don't know what the big thing with God was in that.
I don't know. Gumby and Pokey were probably the same company, right?
Yeah, but that was no religion there with Gumby and Pokey. And then there was another one where he went to the newspaper place and Editor Ed was there. And they broke something.
This is on Davey and Goliath?
Yeah, it was always some kind of shit where Davey would fuck something up, but then it would be fixed because
I think the father, it was in Dallas, and the father printed a Kennedy ad that said, "Wanted for treason." and Goliath didn't like it. Remember the episode where Goliath's little pink lipstick penis stuck out?
Yes, the little clay dick.
Yeah.
Came out and Sally sucked it.
Yeah, and then the mother picked the dog up and shook it angrily, and he tinkled in her face.
There was always that thing of the talking dog is very much, the sign of evil and the devil, and that's the fact that it was in a religious program like
Davey.
that. Let me see if I can play my tootly horn.
Yeah, I wonder if Son of Sam watched that show.
I was playing Dara.
That's what Charlie Sheen needs in his life, a talking religious dog, Getting a suitcase full of blow and some porn hookers up here. Don't do it.
Don't do that.
Do we have any audio of Davey and Goliath?
Yeah, I want to see some Davey and Goliath.
Yeah, it really was good.
They wouldn't even be able to really get away with shit like that now. It was the Catholic Church just trying to drill shit into kids' heads. Well, at least it wasn't their cocks.
Yeah. You had to be up early to see this show.
Very early. It was like after the Farm Report.
Farmer's Almanac.
And the Farmer's Almanac was right after the beep.
What time did it start? Like 7?
Fucking cock-blocking.
We now end our broadcast day.
Yeah.
Boop. Oh, there he is. Cheat day. Oh, there's the song and the
Roman Catholic
Latter-day Saints.
What the fuck is this? The horns? Oh, yeah. This is when you knew it was early. And then when you got older, this came on like after you've been staying up all night.
Yeah.
All Saturday night and it's Sunday morning.
A crystal meth bender.
This comes on. Yeah, this comes on. Crystal meth bender.
The fucking spaceship.
Oh, yeah, he sets off a little rocket. Yeah. And it goes into the heavens.
That's good.
And explodes. And then what happened? Oh, it spells Davey and Goliath.
He's a little Timothy McVeigh, isn't he?
The United Lutheran Church in America. That's and then the glass shards fall on him.
It's Tower 2 coming down.
This one is called Officer Bob.
All right.
I love this one, Officer Bob. At the firehouse.
How long were these?
I don't remember.
15 minutes.
Were
They were
they
like
15?
15-minute stories.
You know where Davey is?
That's not a fire engine, that's a Jewish woman.
I saw him talking to a Negro.
The dog sounds like Kenny.
It really does.
Yeah.
Smarter, too.
Yeah.
I don't like going for that ride without Davey.
Oh. What the hell's going on? The
Oh, Davey and Goliath are hiding behind a tree.
Why?
With Officer Bob.
Look what the boys are doing.
What?
Oh, Davey.
He's planting a throwaway piece on the dead Puerto Rican.
Come on, gang. Act like
Oh, yeah.
They're all jumping, they're all sliding down the pole.
Oh, shit.
Landing in each other's laps.
Landing in each other's laps.
Yeah.
Oh, Uncle Paul.
Sick pedophile wrote this.
Yeah.
Something wrong?
Uh-oh. What's wrong?
Something I did?
Uh-oh. Something the priest did?
Yeah.
Something Davey did?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
All he has to do is tell me
Jim,
about
Jim
it.
Cameron and all his fancy technology. This
Yeah.
is much more entertaining. Freaking Avatar.
All he's got to do is tell the cop what he did. Yep. Well, he raped 3 girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clay, clay, clay.
What did he do?
Fire, fire, fire.
Aw, pipe down.
Yeah.
Davey's
Dog
bummed
has no
out.
rectum. He has bigger concerns than the firehouse.
That's why he's brown.
He's a shitbag on his little dog side.
His dog side.
Oh, shit, a real fire.
Is that a whistle?
I don't want to listen.
No. To this show.
Hey, Davey, the guys aren't on the engine.
No. Because it's a real fire, dummy. You don't send kids to a fire.
Yeah.
Why is the cop going?
Because
Why is Officer Bob going on the fire truck?
Officer Bob likes to suck their cocks in the back of the truck while they put their hats on.
The fire's like right across the street.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a church in the picture.
Officer Bob might see me.
What did Davey do? That Officer Bob's got a problem with.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Come on.
I can't.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Goliath's biting Davey now.
They bit his knee.
All right, they're driving to the fire. It's an ambulance. Wow.
The fire hydrant is bigger than the truck.
It's big. Fucking Al-Qaeda got to this building. Holy shit.
Oh,
They
wow.
pull the ladder out. This is good. This is. Yeah, how long did it take to make these fucking things?
Long time.
One frame at a time?
Claymation's very, very tedious thing.
Jesus. Open up that fire hydrant. Oh, boy, this looks like a shady part of town, too.
Yeah, it really does.
Might need some darker clay. Wow, that's nice and scale.
Yeah.
A big dump truck went by. It was shorter than the guy standing next to
Exactly.
it. Well, their heads are over the windshield.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, 3D.
Wow.
All right.
They just pulled up to the fire.
Raise the ladder.
The tiny pocket ambulance pulled up.
A little ambulance. There's Davey.
Walking by the coffee shop and the fuck book store.
The town fuck book store. What's the water made out of in Claymation? It's like cotton or something.
Yeah.
This was, oh, a Negro.
Saran wrap, it usually looks like.
They're just yelling fire. These little pyros.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. There's a woman trapped in the fire.
Oh,
Good.
oh no.
The ladder won't reach?
Yes.
I hope not. Fall.
Oh, she steps on the top rung.
She just falls off and she just has one flat side where the clay flattens out.
Oh, the fireman rescued her.
Gonna need some darker clay.
Stand back. Oh, shit. Who's this old codger?
Oh no, guy with big ears is trapped.
Yeah.
Give us a hand, Bob.
Why? I'm a cop. My union doesn't allow me to do this.
Oh, he's jumping into the thing.
Oh, he's jumping into one of those things. They'll tell him jump.
Yeah,
And then
jump.
they pull it away. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
The bricks are crumbling.
I hope he falls. There he goes.
He's fine. What happened? Wow, that building's
What
really
does this
going
have
up.
to do with God and the church?
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
What happened? All right, the shoebox painted like a building is burning down now. Uh-oh, it's crumbling. The building's coming down. It was thermite paint. The fire had nothing to do with it.
Oh, Officer Bob
just got
is
hit.
down.
Yeah.
The building got no damage from the planes. Officer Bob just got loaded into the ambulance. Now Dave is going to feel guilty he didn't talk to him before he dies.
Yep.
That's great.
Hope Officer Bob is paralyzed below the neck, and then Goliath fucks his face.
Did you hear that? The black Claymation kid just said, "Die, pig."
Yeah. He actually set the fires to start a riot.
To say grace, Davey.
Oh, sacred. There, he's home now. Oh, boy. He's saying grace. There's old
Davey?
dickhead Sally.
Thank you, God, for...
Uh-oh.
I can't.
Why?
Can't?
Why, Davey?
I did something I shouldn't today.
Uh-oh.
I see.
I broke one of Officer Bob's rules. Ever since then, I can't talk to him, and now I can't talk to God.
Are you sorry for what you did?
No.
Yes.
Wait, can we pause for 1 second? We should guess what rule he broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What rule did Davey break of Officer Bob's?
Officer Bob probably has a rule about talking about the photographs they take together.
Yeah.
You know, the ones where he has no bottoms in Officer Bob's pool. And his little claymation boy cock is shriveled because it's cold. Officer Bob likes it. Did Officer Bob put your little Peter in his mouth and make the noise?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was breaking one of Officer Bob's rules. When Officer Bob comes out wearing nothing but his holster. And it tells Davey.
And there's lube in it, not a gun. And he slathers it on his Officer Bob erection, his older man's erection. Why does it all have to go there?
Of course it does.
Go ahead, sorry, Dad.
Well, he had to find some pink clay for his pink sock.
Right until we tell them we're sorry and say we'll try not to do it
How about some food on that plate? It's empty.
Yeah.
God, I'm sorry for what I did.
This
Please
Sally.
make Officer Bob well and help me make things right between us. Amen. Excuse me.
What?
I have to make things right with Bob right now.
Get back here, little fucker.
Set fire to a nursing home, you little truant.
What hospital's Officer Bob in?
He was dead.
Why, Bob's okay, Sonny.
What?
He's back on the job at Spruce in May.
Yeah, like that would happen. Yeah. A cop gets injured on the job and he's back the next day. Fuck that.
Like,
6 weeks paid, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bob. I'm sorry.
Where's Officer Bob?
He's walking down the street saying, I'm sorry, Bob.
Where's Bob? He's helping his millionaire friend who got another speeding ticket.
Officer Bob, I need a PBA card. I want to drive 100. Well, he's got a bandage on his head and he's directing traffic.
Yes.
Get out of here.
Yes.
First of all, why isn't he fat and a woman and black if he's directing traffic?
True.
Oh, stop all the traffic.
Yes.
Davey's coming in. I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
Move, you dog. Oh, look, this guy is pissed. Good.
He's beeping. Everyone's beeping at Davey.
Everyone's mad. Look, everyone's pissed. All they got to do is turn that clay eyebrows down.
Why does he feel guilty about this fucking civil servant getting a brick to the head?
Yeah.
About time.
Oh, he's helping Officer
He's directing
Bob.
traffic. Yeah, that won't be a lawsuit if two cars hit each other.
Okay.
We never find out what fucking rule
I wonder if
Officer
they said.
Bobsy broke.
I wonder if they said in the beginning,
No, they didn't.
like behind the
Floki
tree.
Production. That is the same one.
Behind the tree.
No, I don't remember them. Does it say? He never said what. I'm looking now. What happened?
I think he was just truant, or he was supposed to be there early.
Oh, he was probably supposed to be there.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony. On the virus, Sirius XM.
What was the other thing that you wanted to talk about? Going into break, I forgot. I
Oh, we
should've
went
wrote
into
it
this
down.
whole,
James Hetfield.
Oh,
the Hetfield.
yes, while my wife,
yeah, okay.
you would appreciate it. Jimmy's going to love this story. While my wife was in first dipping into that
Born
world.
again.
Yes.
Even though you don't like that term.
Yeah, it's like you were always there.
The Christian
So I don't get the yeah, all right, whatever. So while that was going down, she would go to these things called Bible studies, which they're more like hanging out talks. Be honest with you, so it's very therapeutic. They'll say like, today we're going to study what should women listen to this, whatever the scenario is. They call it Bible studies. Well, this one woman was the head of the Bible study, and she was like in her 50s or whatever. Nice lady. Matter of fact, the best conversation I had was when she came over the house. And she's like, my son, I don't know what to do with him. And I met the son. He's a great guy. I said, well, the more you try to shove this down his throat, he's not going to, you got to go on his terms. You're a hippo and he's a wildebeest. It's two different animals. You eat different food. But so long story short, she's very biblical and all that. Well, I'm playing San Francisco. While I'm in San Francisco, Mr. Hetfield is like, hey, you want to go to a car show? So let's go to a car show.
How cool is that? That's cool, right, Jim?
Yes. And I'm not even into cars. I don't get it, but let's go out, blah, blah. So he calls, like, I'll pick you up at 8 o'clock, whatever. It's like 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning. Night before, I get a call from my wife. Oh my God. We'll call her Bible Barbara. Bible Barbara is in the hotel right behind you, and she'd love to hook up with her. I'm like, all right. I call her, and they're nice people. I like them a lot. They said, we love to do breakfast with you. I said, all right, but I'm going to a car show. I just want to let you know what's going down. Okay, so we're sitting down, how's Dee? Life's good. How's the kids? Blah, blah, blah. And a little before she has breakfast, thank God for breakfast. Okay, so with that, we hear, and you can hear this thing coming from miles away on Fisherman's Wharf. And he pulls up, it's like a cool old, I'm not a car guy, like a Dukes of Hazzard, awesome. The stick shift is a skull. So he pulls up, and James is very recognizable, even if you don't know who he is. Like, other people go, oh my gosh, that guy has tattoos, and
yes, he must be somebody.
Oh my gosh, he's either really crazy or he's, So he sits down. I said, do you mind? I'm just finishing breakfast. He's like, no, dude. He comes in, he sits down. How's the kids? Everyone's good. With that, we're sitting down. This is such a funny conversation because I have Bible, Barbara, and her husband, and James. And we're sitting there, and they're like, so, what do you do for me? He's like, I'm a musician.
Oh, what do you do for You're talking to James Whitefield.
What do you do? And he's got to be polite about it, right? Oh,
he's so cool.
He's trying to downplay it.
He's 1,000% downplaying it.
Right.
25 years I have been the lead singer of the biggest fucking rock band.
I'm a musician. I play on the weekends with my friends.
What do you do? I'm the most famous person you'll ever meet.
We get booked for parties every once in a while, We all have real jobs during the week.
Right.
Jesus, I'm a musician.
So he says, I'm a musician. And the guy goes, oh, well, what do you play? He goes, I play like rhythm guitar and sing. I do lead vocals. Oh, okay. Blah, blah, blah. Conversation goes, so, James, he's like, well, a couple months off and this and that, and I'm working on that and this and that. And he doesn't go into specifics. He doesn't say studio and all. He just says, I'm off for a while. It's really nice. I get to spend time with my family and see my children, my wife, and get to do great things for my family. So they go, wow, so your band must do pretty much make a nice living.
A nice
Because I heard you say
great.
He travels the fucking world.
I heard because you just said you're off for a couple months. So you must do pretty good. He goes, yeah, we do very good for ourselves.
Can I jump in for a second? Knowing you're not letting anyone off the hook.
I'm just being silent. I was letting us all play down.
Right.
He then... The curious is now, he's like, where'd you get that car? It's an expensive car. He's like, the shop, and I'm into cars, and we're going to the car shop, blah, blah. I got a place here. And he goes, well, do you mind if he goes, are you a band? Or he goes, yeah, we're a band. What kind of music you play? Like hard rock, heavy metal. Would I know the band? I don't know. It's we're called James. We're called Metallica. Bible Barbara instantly goes, and she puts her hands together and she starts praying. She goes, I prayed that my son wouldn't listen to you.
Oh no!
So like, oh no, what do we get? And James is just all calm, collected. He goes, well, maybe if you knew the reasons why your son was listening to us, you wouldn't have to pray so much. And I just went, wow,
that's deep.
That was a cool, awesome, powerful statement. Very just simple matter of fact, not confrontational. He could have totally took the confrontational route right there, because here she is totally, even though she's Bible, she's judging him 1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
She just put on the table, I prayed that my son would never listen to you. And
it's like Satan just was sitting in front of her.
Yeah, and he just simply said, well, maybe if you knew the reasons why he was listening to us, you wouldn't have to pray so hard. And that was kind of like, oh, but the husband was like, wow, that's pretty cool. It's Metallica. I think I know that one song. What's that one song? The Exit from the Dock. Exit Dock.
I mean, I prayed too.
Yes, I prayed too. I love, and so all is cool. But I thought that was a very powerful, defining moment of these two different worlds sitting down. Could have totally gone confrontational, and yet he played the much better man.
Did your wife get a kick out of that? She must have loved it.
Everyone loved it.
Barbara,
she laughed.
The Bible lady.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Pizza Man probably didn't like it.
Pizza Man. I'm not like that man. He talks about crazy things. He talks about crazy things.
Stupid Pizza Man.
Pizza Man.
Fucking brutal.
How was the car show?
The what?
The car show.
It was good. The funniest part was there was two things. James almost got us killed because on the way back he wasn't paying attention, and we were blasting Halford, and so we're blasting Halford going over the Golden Gate Bridge, and I'm rocking out and he's rocking out, and then we don't realize it's dead stop traffic in front of us. Fuck. And we're like, Wah! I'm like, James! We missed the car by a quarter of an inch, screeching the brakes. Almost got us killed. And then while we were at the car show, he had, this skull stick shift, and he went and the whole thing pulled off. So we were stuck at the car show for hours, and thank God he had all these, everyone went out of their way man, I can fix it. I can fix it, no problem. And they ended up fixing it. That was cool. I'm not a huge car guy.
You don't want to be killed with James Hetfield because it's going to read Hetfield and local comedian.
Right. Hetfield and local comic visiting. Perished today.
The Virus. Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Yeah.
Speaking of Earth, how do you feel about the people that think it's only 6,000 years old?
If they think that because that is mandated by their religious philosophy.
Exactly.
Okay. Just keep it out of the science classroom. That's all. I don't try to confuse that with doing science. Science, we have learned. Science has completely transformed our culture. It's doubled our life expectancy. It has brought comfort and health and well-being. And not only science, but the fruits of science, the technological fruits of science. And, of course, you need to be good shepherds of this power because in the wrong hands, it could be used for evil. All right? This is the great sort of dichotomy of of unlocking the secrets of nature. So I'm not going to fight them to tell them the universe is not
just 6,000 stay out of your way.
No, not just the science classroom.
Right.
No, and if you want to put it in the science classroom, understand the ramifications.
Right.
Your country will go bankrupt because you will no longer be in a position to forge the economies of tomorrow that will require science and technological innovations.
And it leads to the next question, because a few people on the lines are asking, do you believe in God?
I'm not convinced. If here's the thing. If every time I talk about God with someone who's a believer, God is all powerful and all knowing and all good, right? The good is a big part of this. And then I look at all the ways Earth wants to kill us.
Strangle us.
A tsunami takes out 250,000 people, hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, floods, and I add all of that up. Either the God is not all powerful or is not all good. But it can't really be both, given all the ways the universe wants to kill us. And if Earth is not finished killing you, there's the asteroid that could come in.
Right.
An asteroid rendered 70% of all life forms extinct. Back in the famous one in 65 million years ago that took out the dinosaurs. So there's so many ways to die, not at the hands of someone else who has free will. That I don't know what is the nature of the God that you're talking about.
I gotta try to use your logic back at you. But don't we define what is good and what is bad? So we see a tsunami wipe out a whole bunch of people, and we're as human beings going, wow, that's bad, because we define what bad is. Maybe in God's brain, eyes, whatever the hell. That's not bad.
Well, but except you defined what God is.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Now you did it.
That's
so why do you have the power to define who and what God is,
right,
but not have the power to define what good is?
Yeah, my point is we just don't know it all. Not even close.
Sure. So therefore, if you're going to say God actually is good, and 250,000 people dying from an earthquake and a tsunami and other natural disasters, and God presumably has control over that, and God is good, then you have to then say God works in mysterious ways, right?
There you go.
But people only say that when their understanding of God fails them.
When
right?
it's something bad.
No, when they can't understand it, they say, "Oh, God works in mysterious ways." But somehow, in these other ways, you did understand him.
Right.
How are you saying, well, this is the handiwork of God? You're doing God's work. God wants you to do this. Somehow you know God's motives every other way. Mm-hmm. But when 250,000 people get wiped out, God works in mysterious ways. Mm-hmm. Why do you even claim to have access to God's mind in some contexts and not others?
Yeah, exactly.
Just admit you have no clue and get on with life. That's how I look at it.
We just don't have a clue when it comes down to it.
Well, I'd like to think that preserving health and longevity, that is a nice operational definition of something that's good.
Right.
How can you argue? How can you debate something that keeps you alive and healthy? That's got to be something that's good. I can't. I refuse to allow someone to say, "I'm going to give you cancer, birth defects, and shorten your life," and somehow call that good. I'm not going there.
I hear you.
I'm not going there.
Hey, we got Sam in studio because, of course, we got a new Angry Vince clip.
Yeah. Now, any background on this one, Sam? Because he sounded pretty angry.
Yeah, well, basically, he was talking to Shawn Michaels, who's a born-again Christian, and Shawn Michaels is getting another shot against Randy Orton for the WWF title.
Is he a real born-again Christian or a wrestling one? Okay.
No, he's a legitimate, because he went and had a family. And
believe anything.
Well, he's telling Shawn that he knows Shawn wants revenge, not just another world title shot. And born-again Christians are supposed to turn the other cheek, so he's trying to get Shawn to admit that he's not a good person and that he just wants revenge.
All right.
Great setup, but who cares? It's all about listening to Angry
Just
Vince.
listen to him.
We love Angry Vince.
I know what you're really all about. Oh, you've changed, but you haven't changed. Yeah. Everybody reads the Bible every now and then. We all hear about that turn the other cheek. But that's not what you're about. Deep down, there's this part of your soul that's rotten. Rotten to the core. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it, Sean. And you know the part I'm talking about? The part about an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Playing the part of the Lord is you, Shawn Michaels. Admit it. Admit it. You want revenge on him. You want to put him out. Admit it, Sean. I know you. I know you buried him. I
admit it. So he's getting on the religious guy or something?
Yeah,
Is that the gist of it?
Yeah. He's getting on.
Let me tell you something. One time I was walking down the beach and I saw 2 sets of footprints. And I realized it was the moment of my life. That's right, the moment of my life. And then during the most difficult parts of my life, I noticed there was only 1 set of footprints. That's right, 1 set of footprints. Just 1 set. And I said, Jesus, why during the toughest times of my life did you abandon me? And he said, Vince, I didn't abandon you. That's when I carried you. I said, carry me? Why did you just help me? I could have walked myself. I don't need your help, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but if he can carry...
I told him, Christ, you're fine. Then he reminded me I couldn't fire him.
No.
No.
You're not that big, Vince.
No.
Hey, Vince,
I wish that limo gag would have worked out. I was blown up in a limo, blown up dead! And then I had to come back to life because some lunatic kills his family. I mean, it would have made a great storyline if it wasn't true. But he did. He actually wrote that 2 weeks prior to the murders. I was blown up in a limousine, and some rubes like Sam bought it. You bought it, didn't you, Sam?
I admit it.
Yes, you admit it.
Hey, Vince, are you willing to accept Jesus Christ into your life?
Accept Jesus Christ
into your life, sir.
I came back 3 days later from a blown-up car like Jesus. I am Jesus Christ. I'm the Lord. I'm the Lord. That's right.
Confession.
Confession?
I think you need to.
Why do I have to confess to the likes of you?
You've done some awful things in your life, sir.
Awful things?
You might need to confess.
You're fired.
You can't fire me. I don't wrestle.
Oh, you want a job? Because after I hire you, you're...
Did you see The Passion of the Christ, sir?
Don't even know what I'm saying. The Passion of the Christ? Yeah, he got a beating. I would have liked to see Jesus in a ladder match. He could take a beating. He would have been good with Mankind. And have bloodied the ring up. Mankind and Jesus.
And a no holds barred.
No holds barred. Maybe a cage match. That's right, Jesus. You're going in a cage match. And you do it. Only in a loincloth or you're...
You're
fired.
I think Jesus is too busy. He can't wrestle for you, sir.
And don't think for one moment you're throwing that crown of thorns in someone's eyes. That's illegal. The refs are gonna...
How about a hanging on a cross match?
A hanging on a cross match. Yeah, but then he'll just resurrect himself 3 days later and rip me off because that's what I did. Do you remember when my limo blew up? That was big news. Big news. Until a steroid-head idiot had to kill his family.
What?
If he wasn't dead, he'd be fine.
You know, there's news coming out about that. He had severe brain damage there, and he was still wrestling. So.
That's right. Well, half my staff has severe brain damage. And they don't go killing their families, or they'll be You know what? I was in the Boy Scouts. I got a merit badge.
Yeah?
You know what for?
What?
Building a fire. That's right. I built a fire.
You like saying fire, huh?
Fire. I am Cornholio. Fire, fire, fire. How about Angry Vince goes away for a minute so Angry Anthony can talk for the next week?
Well, let's say hi to Christina from Long Island. Christina!
What's up?
Hey.
How are you?
I hear you're a born-again Christian. You want to talk
Born again? What went wrong the first time? You should tell your mother she's fired. That's right. She screwed it up the first time if you got to be born again. How does that work? What do you get put back? That's it. I want you and one of our hot chicks in a uterus match. Two go in, one comes out. The other one's yeah.
Angry Vince?
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Get on your hands and knees and repent. That's it. Repent like a dog. I said on your knees, repent for your sins.
Christina.
That's right.
You're a born-again Christian? What happened to you?
You genuflect. Come on, genuflect.
What the hell? I didn't know you knew so much about born-again Christians there.
Name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Sounds like some great wrestling names, huh?
You better accept Jesus, or you're gonna burn in a fiery pit of fire. That's right, a lake of fire.
Chris.
I can't wait to talk about this at Bible study tonight. It's going to be great.
Bible study? You know what you do?
Not even kidding.
You take that book and you make like you're preaching in the ring. And then you take the Holy Bible and you smash it over your opponent's head. That's right, smash the Holy Book over his head. And then pick up a church pew and hit him in the back with it. Screw the chair, I want a whole church pew. You do it or you're wrong.
Violence doesn't work with religion, though.
Violence works everywhere.
Yeah.
That's right. Anthony's going to be out for the next couple of days with a sore throat.
Let's go to Wayne in Syracuse. Wayne, what's up, buddy?
Oh, man, this Vince McMahon bit is great. I just wanted you guys to know you're really awesome, man.
Yeah, we're awesome. You know who's even more awesome? God. Our God is an awesome God.
Vince, is it true that you're trying to sign Jesus and Muhammad to a cage match or something?
A cage match. Could you imagine that? Jesus and Muhammad. That's right. Get in there and kick some ass. No suicide bombing, though. I want a straight-ahead fight. No trickery.
No trickery.
I don't want Jesus bringing in any nails and throwing them at him either. Or you. I need hot water and honey. That's right. Bring me hot water and honey. A new wrestler. I'm going to call him Sucrets. Here comes Team Lozenge. I hope. My throat feels like it's on fire. That's right. Thank you, E-Rock. What, were you saving these for dinner? Brought me some cough drops.
Well, we're very privileged to have Angry Vince in studio today. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Angry Vince. Oh, it's always a pleasure when you stop by.
Vince. Ooh, cough drops.
Genuflecting. That was a good one. I don't even know what it means. It was just brilliant.
It's that thing you do before you get in a church pew. You ever see that? They kneel down. Go ahead, kneel in front of the pew and genuflect. Hey, you kneel down and touch your head or something. And then you get in the pew and start singing a hymn. That's right, grab a hymn book and start singing. Go ahead, read the letter from the Corinthians. That's right, read something from the Corinthians. Jesus Christ. I'm not taking his name in vain. I'm trying to find him. I want to hire him. I want to hire you, Jesus, so I can fly.
All right. Someone wants to ask Vince if his favorite band is Earth, Wind, and...
I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's right. I like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Lenny from Springfield, New Jersey. Thank you. Why don't we take a break so we can continue the radio?
Let's take a break.
Do you like the Doors?
I love when they do fire.
Come on, baby.
Light my fire. That's right. Come on, baby. Light my fire. Try to set the night on fire.
That was fun. I never get to talk to the characters.
The characters.
Then you'd have to question his judgment.
Yes. I want to give a shout out to, we don't do shout outs often, but
shout out.
Phil Hendry is a terrific radio guy. He really
Hendry.
is. Very different and unique, and fan of our show, by the way. He's a fan of ours. He's in the fucking movie. Gets a little cameo.
He does?
Yeah, he does a really good job with it. He's on screen for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. So I just want to say hey to Phil Hendry. I know this will get back to him. I was very happy to see him.
What does he play?
Yeah. Paul Rudd is riding his bike, and Phil Hendry opens his car door, and Paul Rudd goes flying into it, and then the exchange is pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty fucking good.
Hey, good for him.
Yeah, good for Phil Hendry.
Good for him.
By the way, has anybody been following the anonymous war on Westboro Baptist Church?
Oh, you know what?
I've been following your war. It's hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious.
Oh, my God. Those tweets are fucking funny, man.
I forgot we didn't talk about this yesterday.
They
Anonymous rules.
They are the greatest, man. When
I
they do
bow
shit like
to
this,
Anonymous.
Yeah. Because this is they're doing something for all of us on this one. This is like something we'd all like to see done. These disgusting people having all their personal info given out. And Anonymous went in and they took over this guy. What the fuck is his name?
Well, first
Cosmo?
of all, just to really break it down, the Westboro Baptist Church is. Are they up there?
I don't know, but they're planning on protesting these funerals.
And I know there's a mass email or tweet going around to sign the petition to have them recognized as a hate group. Because if you're a hate group, then some things can be done. I
Lose
guess.
your tax exempt status.
All that shit. Okay. So anyway, I'm not sure if they actually made it up there for the funerals, but they're certainly telling everyone they're going to go up there for the little kids' funerals. That's just terrific.
And so Anonymous, he stands right. The guy's name is Cosmo the God, and he fucking hacked and took over Shirley Roper Phelps' Twitter. And he really hasn't been saying anything crazy. He's just been retweeting nice things and God bless the victims. He's handling it in a pretty interesting way, and he's just retweeting people who are saying nice things about the victims and the hate crime petition. I'm sorry, the hate group petition. But it's so nice to see that fucking pig not have her Twitter. And even though I think that they have the right to be on Twitter, I really do think that America, we have to tolerate their right to speech. But I just think it's funny that somebody took it over and a big fuck you to the Westboro Baptist Church. So I've been arguing, not even arguing, I mean, they haven't been responding because the angle I'm taking when I'm hitting this fucking pig and this whole family is, there was a documentary done and they're unflappable. The Westboro Church, you're never going to say anything to move them. Nothing you say biblically will bother them. You're never going to outthink them when it comes to the Bible. What about love? I love when people come at them with that one. That's not the Jesus I know. They win 50 out of 50 times. They win that argument. Westboro. So in 2007 there was a documentary. This guy, Sam, maybe you could find that online.
And also, someone get Jimmy's tweets together. Please.
I was just smashing them.
Oh, they're so worth funny. Fucking reading today, some of them.
But there was a, you know what? In my Twitter timeline, I think I retweeted the video. There's a video of apparently Shirley Roper Phelps, her oldest son, was born out of wedlock. And his name is Sam, and apparently he was born out of wedlock. That was her first son. And just scroll down, Sam. See, there's a video.
Is he queer like ours?
Yes, and he works for a coroner. It's really weird. You don't even have a father, Sam. I'm not doing a bit on it. You're right. So when it was brought up in the documentary by the reporter, it stopped them a little bit. And again, they're hard. Nothing you say gets to them.
Right.
Call them cunts, and it means literally, it's like flicking what it means nothing. But because this is real, and because it's undeniable, and you know that it had been kept a secret for all these years.
And it's so fucking hypocritical of them.
Amazing how they don't want the. And again, I'm sure they've learned how to handle it publicly. But I don't know it. I guarantee it annoys her.
How angry are they at her?
Everybody knows her first son is illegitimate. He's a bastard. And
your first son is a bastard son.
And may their first child have no father.
If you're gonna go after everyone like they do, you should be perfect, right?
Well, that's the fucking monkey wrench thrown into their works.
Well, the guy will find the video is very short. It's
I want to see it.
It's right down there with the guy smiling, and they're not expecting it. This is in their house.
He gave me the choice.
No, he hardened your heart.
No, he didn't. He gave me the choice.
And you have as much choice. You are as free as a frog in a snake's belly.
God gave me the choice,
You have
baby.
no choice. You think you do, and it's because of your pride and arrogance
I know
that
I do.
destruction will come.
I know I
You've
have
got the choice. Why did you come to the tacky bourgeois middle class?
No, hang on. Stop there. This is very simple. You're being very childish. I did not say. I didn't say this was Catholic.
You said this.
I didn't say
Okay.
What's your name?
What of it?
Sam.
Well, they're
Sam.
uncle and nephew.
Sam.
And they seem to have come from.
Are you the illegitimate one? That's it. That is my bombshell.
I'll fast forward a little bit through him talking.
Who the real bastard is in this?
He's no, back a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Okay. It's a radio show. He's talking about what happened.
So, welcome back to Hypocrisy Corner, as your presenter with 8 children, several divorces, and a history of serial adultery takes the moral high ground. Sam!
Uncle and nephew.
Sam!
And they seem to have come from.
Are you the illegitimate one?
What does that mean?
Christ, are you thick? Do you know what illegitimate means?
Am I thick?
Yeah, were you born outside of marriage? Were you?
That's none of your business.
Were you? Oh, it's none of my business now.
Are you asking
Hang on,
the
God
child?
works in really mysterious
Ask
ways
me,
here.
I'm his mom.
I'm asking you.
Hey, I'm the mom. I birthed
So you
him.
are his mum?
I am his mom.
She's my mom.
You're the illegitimate son?
Is that? Are you asking me? Are you asking me?
Give me something.
If this child was
Give me
born-
something. I've stopped you in your tracks,
Yes.
kid.
No, you haven't stopped
Give me,
nothing.
well, give me
You've
something.
stopped nothing.
Answer you. Answer.
She's telling you to ask her.
Is he the illegitimate son?
Listen.
He's my son.
Is he the illegitimate son?
Yes.
Are you going to hell?
If the Lord Jesus Christ did not die on that cross for me, for my sins, I am going to hell.
Are you going to hell because you had a son outside of wedlock?
That would not be the reason.
Why not? Because you've atoned?
No, I can't
changed?
possibly atone. I just told you that if the Lord Jesus Christ did not die on that cross for my sins to pay that price, I will go to hell with the rest of
You can pause it.
You've got it covered.
Do you see?
I love the part where she goes, "It's none of your business." Really, you're getting in everyone else's business.
But did you see that?
That got her.
That and the son
of
going,
course.
"That's none of your business." And she stepped. She stepped physically. You can't see it. She stepped in front of him.
Yes.
To protect him from this. I'm the mother. Ask me. I'm the mother.
Yes.
That is as close as you will ever come to seeing anybody in that family rattled, and they were rattled.
Definitely rattled.
And if they had just said, "Yeah, we've talked about that," she stepped in front of him. Believe me, this fucking lump of a fucking illegitimate embarrassment being attacked on Twitter and that being shoved in her face and the whole country knowing that she has a fucking an illegitimate fuck.
Yeah.
And her husband, Brent Roper, adopted this kid, I guess, when he was young. She will not say who the father is. And I believe what I've heard, estranged family members, and I'm hearing this third person, have said that it was from a halfway house when she was in college. She did her internship in. And apparently, and again, the story is that she fucked somebody. So I'm assuming. So that's as much as I know about it. But that's why I've been attacking this fucking illegitimate bastard, this embarrassment to that family.
Oh, total embarrassment.
Go after every single one of them on Twitter and just talk about this fucking lump. Because there's no way they like that. There's no way they're not very bothered by that Achilles heel. You see her stop and do that fake laugh?
Right.
Are you asking me?
Oh, yeah, that was...
Are you asking?
That was a nervous little titter, wasn't it?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's her monkey wrench.
That's her fucking monkey wrench.
You know, there's nothing wrong with having illegitimate children, but if you're in her position, you got to be kind of squeaky clean, and that's why it drives her nuts.
Were you born outside of wedlock? Ask me. Ask the way they were avoiding it.
Ask me.
And she had to answer it. Yes.
Fucking.
That's
Any more
so
to
great.
the clip? I see there's not much left.
Yeah.
Just play it out.
Sure.
One more answer.
You can't answer for yourself.
I told you to tell me what it changes.
You're going to appreciate
You're a
this,
hypocritical
right?
fool.
You're going to appreciate this because I get paid
And you think
for
that
this.
the louder you
I
talk,
get paid for
and the
this.
more spit that flies out of your mouth, you can change God.
So they go right back to God.
Yeah.
But that big boy had to stand behind mommy and let her. Big boy Sam had to stand behind mommy and let her answer the question.
Sam Roberts, too.
What kind of tangible support you can offer at a time like this, but chances are they're going to need a lot of help.
Yeah, I mean, there's a feeling of helplessness a little bit. I mean, I was on the ground.
That there was a reluctance to tell parents and loved ones that the person that they were waiting for was not going to return.
Oh, well, damn, Malloy getting a little choked up, huh?
To have that go on any longer was wrong.
Six-year-old Noah Posner was laid to rest yesterday. That's a
I don't mind them focusing on the victims as much.
No, of course not.
But I know what their motive is.
Because I think it's because the public in general is getting to them, so they've added this little twist to it.
Yeah, their motive is
going to start for another couple of weeks when the lights go away and the busyness of the dealing with the grief ends. So we're going to need to make sure that we have everything we need in the long run. Right now, I think we can safely say that Newtown has what it needs.
Senator-elect Chris Murphy, we know you have to go. Thank you very much.
Oh, you got the Jim Norton tweets.
Not.
They're really just, you know.
All right, well.
I get embarrassed about my tweets.
Aww. Poor Jimmy.
They were mean-spirited.
They were people are digging.
Mean-spirited. I just like the ones where you said, spread her legs. That was good. It was hot, too.
Yeah. Dirty Shirley.
Dirty
Shirley.
Shirley.
Pussy. Just go after them on Twitter. Just fucking have fun with them. I like telling them that their father failed.
Jesus, Jimmy. At Dear Shirley.
I gave her a
Whoa. Wow. We have a sign that says, God hates whores who take cum before marriage.
I love that.
Holy fuck. There's some solid ones in here. Go to Jim Norton on Twitter.
Yeah, there's
check him out for yourself.
Oh yeah, it's great. To
Holy
fucking
shit.
It's a great little read.
Yeah.
Jimmy's so mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit her again today, but she's not. You know, but she's probably checking her out mentions.
Oh, I bet.
Because they're active on Twitter. They respond, although they don't respond to questions about that fucking bastard. They don't respond to questions about Sam. So I would suggest to everybody, you can see who they are, Fred Phelps Jr. and Dear Shirley and Margie J. Phelps. I would just continue to barrage them with questions until they answer, because I'm curious. And maybe they just haven't seen the tweets yet, so they're probably very busy lately preparing to protest dead children's funerals under the guise of, you know, sticking America's face in it. And I did take one tweet down because you have to be careful what you say. But I was alluding to the fact that I think that they should use their First Amendment. They have the right to use the First Amendment, and if they do, I hope somebody uses the Second Amendment to shut them up.
Yeah. Ooh.
But I could tell that people were immediately going, you know, you shouldn't advocate violence, so I just took it down. Just like, that's not what I'm saying. It's just what I hope happens. I wouldn't advocate it. I can hope, can I?
You can hope.
You're allowed to hope.
Sure.
I can hope that bad things happen.
Of course. They're horrible people. Terrible. Good. How do they, like, it's such a, it's almost hackish. It's like a hacky thing. Like, oh, we get it. You're so outrageous. Oh, look at what you're going to do.
Are they all talked, though, or are they up there?
Oh, they go. They don't go to gang members' funerals, though. You don't see them protesting for the Crips or the Bloods or the gangster disciples. No. And hey, look, a lot of them are involved in drugs or the Latin Kings. When's the last time you saw them come up and protest the Latin King funeral?
Right.
In the South Bronx or in fucking Brooklyn?
Yeah, those guys aren't going to put up with that shit.
Of course they're not.
There would be a massive drive-by.
They would literally run through the police barricade, gang members, and fucking... We're in South Central Los Angeles. There's always godless gang members doing stuff. Why doesn't Westboro show up there?
Yeah, there you go. Good point.
So I love Anonymous giving out all their information. Good for Anonymous. You know, it's just, they're just disgusting people, these, and I hope they're declared a hate group. And I feel weird saying that because it's like, as much as I hate them, free speech is a fucking...
I said it yesterday. It does make you question the First Amendment.
Yeah.
That is kind of
just a little bit.
Like, because you wouldn't want to just be able to use a loophole or a technicality to make someone a hate group just so you can then
shut them up.
But I do believe what they are doing constitutes a hate group. I mean, what constitutes a hate group? Like, they're saying awful things and wishing death on people. And
what are some of the official hate groups out there?
Well, you got yourself your Ku Klux Klan.
Got the KKK.
You got yourself your Aryan Nation.
Do you have to be associated with violence? Or acts of violence?
I'm not sure.
Because they don't encourage acts of, as far as I know, They never encourage people to injure other people. They just want God to damn them.
Yeah.
And they don't commit violent acts. They're all lawyers. They're smart.
They got terrific markers, though. They really do.
They really are some fucking good sign-making motherfuckers.
Very colorful.
Yeah, they are colorful signs.
They're terrific. Not the words on them, but...
If they made children's birthday party signs, they'd fucking be living in a mansion. God loves balloons.
Changing gears slightly for just a minute. We do have Joe Rogan calling in a little bit here.
Oh, good.
I think the Jets season is finally over.
That's it, huh?
Thank goodness, I'll say. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Mark Sanchez proving once again that he's a shitty quarterback. And at this point, I question that if he even deserves to be in the NFL. And the Jets got to pay him, I think, how many million next year? Something like 8 or something? We're stuck with this fucking guy. He's a fucking bum.
He went out in
I know we've had injuries and all that this year, but last night against I believe 5-9 team, or they're now 5-9, Tennessee. Good old Sanchez had 4 interceptions.
Oh God, he sucks.
And then they still had a chance to win the game because they fucked up a punt, so they get the ball back with 40 seconds left. They're pretty close. You know, they got a real shot, and this asshole fumbles it.
God,
he fumbles the snap. So there you go, Rex Ryan. You turned pretty much all Jet fans.
Well, has anybody been following the anonymous war on Westboro Baptist Church?
Oh, you know what?
I've been following your war. It's hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious.
Oh, my God. Those tweets are fucking funny, man.
I forgot we didn't talk about this yesterday.
They
Anonymous rules.
They are the greatest, man. When
I
they do
bow
something like
to
this,
Anonymous.
Yeah. Because this is they're doing something for all of us on this one. This is like something we'd all like to see done. These disgusting people having all their personal info given out. And Anonymous went in and they took over this guy. What the fuck is his name?
Well, first
Cosmo?
of all, just to really break it down, the Westboro Baptist Church is. Are they up there?
I don't know, but they're planning on protesting these funerals.
And I know there's a mass email or tweet going around to sign the petition to have them recognized as a hate group. Because if you're a hate group, then some things can be done. I
Lose
guess.
your tax exempt status.
All that shit. Okay. So anyway, I'm not sure if they actually made it up there for the funerals, but they're certainly telling everyone they're going to go up there for the little kids' funerals. That's just terrific.
And so Anonymous, yeah, Sam's right. The guy's name is Cosmo the God, and he fucking hacked and took over Shirley Roper Phelps' Twitter. And he really hasn't been saying anything crazy. He's just been retweeting nice things and God bless the victims. He's handling it in a pretty interesting way, and he's just retweeting people who are saying nice things about the victims and the hate crime petition. I'm sorry, the hate group petition. But it's so nice to see that fucking pig not have her Twitter. And even though I think that they have the right to be on Twitter, I really do think that America, we have to tolerate their right to speech. But I just think it's funny that somebody took it over and a big fuck you to the Westboro Baptist Church. So I've been arguing, not even arguing, I mean, they haven't been responding because the angle I'm taking when I'm hitting this fucking pig and this whole family is there was a documentary done, and they're unflappable. The Westboro Church, you're never going to say anything to move them. Nothing you say biblically will bother them. You're never going to outthink them when it comes to the Bible. What about love? I love when people come at them with that one. It's not the Jesus I know. They win 50 out of 50 times. They win that argument, Westboro. So in 2007, there was a documentary. This guy, Sam, maybe you could find that online.
And also, someone get Jimmy's tweets together. Please.
I was just smashing them.
Oh, they're so worth funny. Fucking reading today, some of them.
But there was a, you know what? In my Twitter timeline, I think I retweeted the video. There's a video of apparently Shirley Roper Phelps, her oldest son, was born out of wedlock. And his name is Sam. And apparently he was born out of wedlock. That was her first son. And just scroll down and see if there's a video link.
Is he queer like ours?
Yes, and he works for a coroner. It's really weird. You don't even have a father, Sam. I'm not doing a bit on it. You're right. So when it was brought up in the documentary by the reporter, it stopped them a little bit. And again, they're hard. Nothing you say gets to them.
Right.
Call them cunts, and it means literally, it's like flicking water. It means nothing. But because this is real, and because it's undeniable, and you know that it had been kept a secret for all these years.
And it's so fucking hypocritical of them.
Amazing how they don't want the. And again, I'm sure they've learned how to handle it publicly, but I don't know it. I guarantee it annoys her.
How angry are they at her?
Everybody knows her first son is illegitimate. He's a bastard. And
your first son is a bastard son.
And may their first child have no father.
If you're gonna go after everyone like they do, you should be perfect, right?
Well, that's the fucking monkey wrench
No
thrown into
kidding.
their works.
Well, the guy will find the video is very short. It's
I want to see it.
It's right down there with the guy smiling, and they're not expecting it.
Spoke about how
This is in their house.
He gave me the choice.
No, he hardened your heart.
No, he didn't. He gave me the choice.
And you have as much choice. You are as free as a frog in a snake's belly.
God gave me the choice,
You have
baby.
no choice. You think you do, and it's because of your pride and arrogance
I know
that
I
the
do.
destruction will come.
I know I
You've
have
got the choice. Why did you come to the tacky bourgeois middle class?
No, hang on. Stop there. This is very...
Okay, church bans autistic kid. Listen to this story. This is amazing.
Raising a son with severe autism is not easy, but for the Race family, church makes things easier.
That's our strength. That's how we get through all of this.
I know why they banned him.
Why?
Because obviously they thought his mind was the playground of the devil. Get it? It's idle.
I love the get it. Ta-da! God. All right, hold on.
I know. I banned him. The
Why?
church was rather insensitive as to the reasons they gave.
Yeah.
They said God couldn't and wouldn't do that to a good boy. They said your kid gives everyone the creeps. They feel like he's a walking decoupage. See, that's right back in. Bing.
Right back to the decoupage.
The Race family, church makes things easier.
That's our strength. That's how we get through all of this.
Just 13 years old, Adam Race is already 6 feet tall and 235 pounds, towering.
Adam Race? I wonder if he's funny if people say Adam Race is a riot.
This kid's a monster. Yeah. He's 13 years old. He's over 6 foot tall, over 235 pounds.
Which makes things easier.
That's our strength. That's how we get through all.
People, they hate whenever he tries to make like a batch of cake batter or something. They just hate the way Race mixes.
God, why are you're cracking yourself up today?
I know, I'm overtired. I got like an hour and a half sleep last night. Fucking.
All right, here we go. Let's see what this is all about.
We get through all of this.
Just 13 years old, Adam Race is already 6 feet tall and 235 pounds, towering over Carol Evan reporter Juliana Olson. That size is a concern for his church, which was granted a temporary restraining order to keep Adam out of Mass.
He had to get a restraining order. Wow, to keep him out of church? Keep him out of church.
Kevin's doing the same thing. We don't want him running around knocking over gold statues. Fuck him. Leave him in purgatory. It don't make a difference.
Oh, good God. This story is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Yes, thank you to 5 Hour Energy for the free product. You guys enjoying your 5 Hour Energy today? Yeah.
The story brought to you by 24-Hour Oblivion.
They're hooking up the show with 5 Hour Energy, so make sure you grab some for home. All right. Back to the autistic kid who's been banned from church. This fucking kid needs church. What the fuck is wrong with the church?
The church says it was a last resort. In court papers, Reverend Daniel Walls argues Adam's behavior at Mass is extremely disruptive and dangerous. He bolts unexpectedly from church and is nearly knocked over people, Walls says. He spits and urinates, and when relatives try to restrain him, he fights and makes loud noises. Once, Walls says, Adam struck a child during Mass, something his family does acknowledge.
It was one of those things where I was pushing him to go up to communion that morning. I was wrong to do that. I made a mistake.
And Father Walls said, and I was trying to fuck the lad at the time. How dare he punch him?
Communion. They should put their hand out with a fucking Xanax in it. Here, eat this, you big stoop. Eat this, you fucking nuisance.
No one wants you. No one wants you here.
Eat this and take a nap in the fucking confessional while we all worship.
Running up and down the pews, knocking down people's children.
I don't blame the church in this case. Can't have some fucking big lunk biting everybody and fucking throwing psalm books up in the air, causing a big to-do. It's not about you, douchebag. It's about the hereafter.
It's about the Lord and eternity, not the here and now. So beat it, stupid.
God, what a fucking blithering attention whore.
Hey, Jimmy, someone writes, how about when Adam goes fishing?
He's a race baiter.
That's right.
I didn't even get that. Oh, that's hilarious.
That's right.
I don't blame the church. They're trying to conduct a, and in Paul's letter to the Corinthians, he bit me.
The stew bit me.
And parishioners, remember, the Lord loves you. The Lord wants to keep you. Could someone throw that retard out? That lunk.
Tyler from Columbus writes, the problem is that the priest didn't want to touch someone who could fight back.
13, he's built like fucking LaMotta.
All right, do you want
These are the jewels from the belt.
You want to hear more about the autistic kid that's banned from church or what?
Kid?
Of course.
All right.
Jesus.
But they say Adam does not spit and the urination is incontinence. Above all, they feel his behavior is improving.
They don't understand what's going in through Adam's mind when he behaves
Exactly.
the way he does.
I'll tell you what, a dust bunny is going through his mind. A fucking tumbleweed. Cares what's going through his mind. It's coming out of his mouth and his stick nobody gives a shit about.
And his shit up.
Yeah. I don't care how dry his thoughts are. The front of his pants are wet. How about this? How about this? If he thinks about piss but doesn't do it, you just reverse the opposite. Okay, what's going through his mind? I don't know. Being in a pool, a constant rainfall, running water of some sort.
Well, Chester's liver. After he was tossed out of church, he became addicted to heroin, and now he's covered in anyone shit. Racetracks.
Oh, how am I not?
Oh, well, racetrack. Okay.
All right, here we go. More about the autistic boy.
Improving.
They don't understand what's going in through Adam's mind when he behaves the way he does. All they see are the externals.
Carol was planning to defy
over
the
his
order
head.
this morning and take Adam.
Shooting birds.
Right.
They're flying around his head along with stars and little planets. Dolt.
Oh, that's hilarious. They don't see beyond the hat with the propeller on it. They only see the externals. You dumb bitch. That's all anybody sees. What do you think? We look at each other's innards? If they could only see my liver, you'd be dead.
He can't help but speak in tongues. His mouth is full of one. Shoddy Carpenter, very nice.
He wears an "I'm with me" shirt.
Let's go to Chris in Georgia. Chris.
Hey, good morning. Father, why is the holy water yellow this morning?
Very good. All right, let's go back here.
Carol was planning to defy the order this morning and take Adam back to St. Joseph's. But as she left her home, Todd County Sheriff warned her she would be arrested. So today she took her kids to another church, but plans to keep fighting.
God created us. He created us in his own image and likeness.
Yeah. He also created
Regardless
fucking
of whatever
Tasmanian devils.
abilities or
You don't want to bring one into the church. He also created fucking bee swarms and AIDS and shit. You want to fucking throw them around the pews, do you? Well, God created Wolverines, so I figured I'd throw one into the middle of the ceremony. Fucking assholes, shut up. God also created condoms and blowjobs. He also created fucking rubber rooms and fucking medication and coat hangers. Holy shit. Jimmy's crying himself up more than anybody.
My fucking mind here. He's killing me. Holy shit. It makes perfect sense. Just because God created the little fucker.
Exactly. God also created fucking television. Why don't you watch the ceremony at home?
To keep fighting.
God created us. He created us in his own image and likeness.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what the grand savior is like. He's a fucking blithering fool just running around the universe breaking glass unicorns.
Oh, fuck. Dickie Punchcock writes, Cain and unable.
Plans to keep fighting.
God created us. He created us in his own image and likeness.
Oh, wow.
Regardless of whatever our
If he was in the
abilities or
Bible, it would be Mo haircut parted the Red Sea.
Had to go to the other church. Our Lady of Giant Retard who fucking pisses and shits himself.
created us. He created us in his own image and likeness. Regardless of whatever our abilities or disabilities are, we're all created with equal dignity.
Was that you that said something like if they found out this was going on at Kmart or, you know, some other organization, if you found out Kmart employees were just fucking children, there would be a giant investigation on Kmart.
They would go down. The Catholic Church should at least lose their license at some point. At least lose their
God license.
Yeah, or you're opening a school whenever you want to license. The whole paying no taxes for prime real estate in every city in the world thing. They could at least get that taken down a couple of notches.
There do seem to be a lot of young boys involved with church. You go to church for anything, and there's, young boys holding the candles and doing things. It's like, is that really necessary? And with all the shenanigans that have gone on, can we maybe err on the side of safety and maybe put some,
just a few non-Catholic chaperones.
Yeah, ugly Jewish children.
No, it's bad. But at least you should be able to make fun of them. Like, that's my feeling about it, is that, well, how dare you say that? Well, because there's a major boy fucking problem in your organization. And at least you're going to take some shit for it. Like, no one can even say anything.
No, you can't say a word. All religions, though, are so fucking like, oh, you can't say that. It's my religion.
Well, sure I can.
Like, who gives
It's not mine.
Yeah.
That's blasphemy. Not to me. I'm not Catholic.
Ain't my God.
And by the way, it's not against their God. It's the fucking Pope, who's a human being chosen by other men to be Pope. It's just an election, like fucking like Chuck Schumer. Like, who gives a shit?
It's had nothing to do with God.
No, it's not. This guy's name is Ratzinger. He's some dude named Al Ratzinger, or whatever his name is. I mean, he's just a guy. So when people say, like, oh, you're going against God, who the fuck... This guy's not God.
No.
He's a fucking guy dressed in a gold shirt, literally, like, made of gold.
They really don't want anyone saying anything bad about anyone in their religion, or you are, saying something bad about God.
No, the other thing
by
that I get
proxy.
from people about this sort of stuff that kills me is when they go, well, now say something about Muslims. Now say, you coward.
All right.
Well, I didn't think of a Muslim joke. Like, why do I have to make a joke up about, do I have to make a joke about Mormons? Do I have to make, anytime I think about something about one group, is it just, oh shit, now I gotta think of 15?
Yeah, just
otherwise
to
I'm
make
a
it
coward,
even.
just to make you happy, you fucking disgruntled somebody in their underwear.
When it comes up to have, if I want to make a joke about people sawing other people's heads off and blowing up their feet to take a plane down, then I'll go with the Muslim
Yeah,
thing.
that's when I come up with a funny joke about what dummies they are.
Yeah, what idiots they are.
Yeah.
And, the Jewish jokes, they write themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and by the
fine.
way, the thing with the Muslims is that there's not much to make fun of because what they do, they're nailing it.
Yeah, they're really just
killing people
let
in
'em roll.
airplanes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
let them roll.
I think, boy, they stink at being terrorists. No, they're awesome at it.
Here at the Church of Norton, we believe in preaching the true word of the Lord.
A man shall not lay with another man unless they discuss it first. Can I get an amen?
Join us and be inspired by the wonderful sermons led by Pastor Jimmy.
I am like Davey versus Goliath. He's tall, so he can put it right in my mouth, much like those youngsters did. Can I get an amen?
Follow in the footsteps of God.
Honor thy mother and father, and occasionally take the penis of another man in your mouth.
And become a true disciple of Christ.
Eat my cock, drink my cum. We've all read the book. Can I get an amen?
Everyone is welcome in the arms of the Lord and at the Church of Norton.
Can I get an amen? How about a boy? I'd prefer a boy or a few.
The Church of Norton.
If there's no hair on him, I'm going to fuck it. Can I get an amen?